To get the best opportunity to be seen and recruited, join the American Legion Post 14 Hornets baseball team. Managed by Trip Tobin, Post 14 will prepare you for the next level by playing the best possible schedule, along with an experienced coaching staff and alumni coming back to help guide you through the process. Don't believe me? Ask Washington Patriot and Fairmont State commit Cam Moore.
I've gotten a lot of looks with Post 14 more than any other team. It's probably been one of my favorite teams to play for.
The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier Legion baseball team in the area.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value Brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Charlestown and Spring Mills now offers same-day appointments. No referral is needed unless required by your insurance carrier. WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine offers the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't. For same-day appointments at WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, call 304-725-BONE.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. Play ball! It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, The Skinner Law Firm, Laddie's, Trips Flooring, Jambo Construction and Fencing, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Honda of Winchester, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, Rock's Local Markets, CMA Toyota Chevrolet of Martinsburg, Orsini's Home Store, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, and by Hagerstown Ford.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome out to the Nest here at the Hedgesville Baseball Complex as we get you set for Hedgesville Musselman in high school baseball action. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Trip Tobin, and Spencer Dupuis. Braden Schaffner, our cameraman, and back in the studio is Colin McLaughlin. Trip, two of the most experienced teams in the EPAC in terms of what returns from last season in Musselman, Hedgesville. You can make the argument that these would be your preseason 1 and 2 based on that experience, and it's a good early season EPAC matchup here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Myers is going to go for Musselman here. Looks like Ruiz for Hedgesville, so 2 seniors here returning that got a lot of innings last year as juniors. But yeah, both these teams, are senior laden, and this is going to be. You never want to say this is your year, but or there's not. You got to rebuild next year because both of them have a lot of kids on the bench that can step up. But this year certainly is an opportunity for both these teams to make a deep run into the sectional, and Martinsburg down a little bit. We watched them last night, but they're coming along, and. So it's just going to be it's a great section to watch, and it's just going to be exciting tonight to see what these 2 senior pitchers do to these 2 senior lineups.
Yeah, and for the Applemen, started the year 0-3, but have won back-to-back games to get to 2-3. A win last night over Washington. Dylan Stevens had a great outing out on the mound for Musselman. For Hedgesville, they're sitting at 2-1. They got to continue that game against Martinsburg. Last time we were here, that rain out kind of caused that delay. But, both teams are off to solid starts. Musselman got off to a slower start than maybe they wanted to, but also they knew that they were trying to kind of figure out their pitching, get all those guys, fresh with their arms. So it wasn't – I mean, you want to win, but it wasn't like the main goal there.
Well, I think also you look at the schedule. I mean, you look at around the EPAC, not taking nothing away from Washington's wins, AA, single-A schools, and, Martinsburg got a win with, I believe, against Petersburg. Jefferson got a win against Frankfurt. But Musselman comes out and plays the Nova teams, Northern Virginia teams. I mean, they're just extraordinary teams, even though the Light Ridge team was their record the year before wasn't that great. They played some really good teams, really tight, returned some guys, and you never go to James Wood or Briarwood and think you're not going to get a game. So unlike some of the other teams, they didn't start off the season with any single AA opponents. So it doesn't totally surprise me that while they were working their pitching out and had their guys on pitch count that they lost those games. But they did show their power when they come up against an EPAC opponent with Washington.
Did fall to Spring Mills, so 1-1 in the EPAC is Musselman. For Hedgesville, Coach Grove, talked about how they struggled in the EPAC, and this Musselman team eliminated the Eagles last season from the sectional tournament. So that is still in the back of their mind, and also Hedgesville recognizes the fact that they only won, I believe, 2 games in the EPAC is what Coach Grove told us last season. So they obviously need to win games in the EPAC in order to have success this year.
Yeah, I mean, 2 games in the EPAC last year. Spring Mills, I don't think, won a game in the EPAC. So you see Martinsburg has kind of been 0-for against Jefferson in the regular season the last couple of years. So last night you see Martinsburg beat Jefferson. You see, like you said a minute ago, Spring Mills gets their EPAC win this year. So certainly some parity, I believe, this year, especially with Spring Mills, depending on who's pitching, as you said in the morning show. But we are seeing some different players, and by players I mean different teams, different guys that are going to be players here in the sectionals. It's going to be fun to watch. I think anybody can beat anybody any given day. It's going to be really fun to watch Drew West and Myers throw today.
All right, let's go ahead and take our first 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll get our coaches' interviews. This is the Skinner Law Firm countdown to first pitch. The Skinner Law Firm is injury and consumer rights lawyers. Call 304-245-6613 or go to skinnerfirm.com. We'll take a 2-minute break and then hear from both teams' head coaches. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, Go Bulldogs.
We are excited to announce that Comparion Insurance Agency, a Liberty Mutual company, will be at the 26th Annual Home Show on March 25th and 26th at the Martinsburg Roundhouse. Comparion Insurance agents and Martinsburg residents Glenn Mocker and Chad Williams have access to many insurance companies, allowing them to find the right coverage at the right price for you. From home and auto to life and pet insurance, they have you covered. Be sure to visit them at the show. If you can't make your way over to them, give them a call or send an email. They can't wait to meet you.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville as we get into our coaches' interviews, brought to you by Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. If you're looking for some fun nightlife and great food at affordable prices, then dine in at Laddie's or carry out by calling them at 304-263-5233. We will start with the head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles, Eric Grove, and then Eric Grove, Coach Grobe, and then we'll move over to head coach of the Musselman Applemen, Josh Hartman. Now joined by the head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles, Coach Grobe. Coach, your team coming in here against Musselman, what have you liked from the guys? Unfortunately, Friday, you guys rained out in the middle of the game against Martinsburg, but what are you looking forward to about tonight's matchup?
Well, I mean, this is probably two most experienced teams anyway in the Panhandle, and always like getting together with Coach Hartman's teams because they compete, and really you have to elevate your game beyond just what you do against other teams because they bring some energy, and we need a little bit of that. That's the thing. We're early in games. We haven't started real well, and I'm hoping tonight, this atmosphere will get us a little kick started with playing better in the first couple innings.
You guys faced off against Musselman in sectionals last year. They ended your season right when it seemed like you guys were starting to pick things up. It was a competitive series against them. Does that add anything heading into tonight, knowing that they ended your season last year?
Well, it's pretty much the same team, so yes. And Coach Brown was adamant about this on the bus ride last night. And anytime somebody ends your season, you don't hopefully forget that. And they're coming in here as probably the preseason picks for at least the county, and didn't start out all that well, but that doesn't mean anything. And I would hope that our kids come out with some energy. 'Cause we competed every game with them last year, but just couldn't score enough runs, and that's really where we have to get over the hump against EPAC teams, is scoring 5, 6, 7 runs, and we just haven't done that. And maybe they'll be starting something tonight. I hope so.
Jackson Ruess pitching for you guys here tonight. Basketball players are kind of a late start for him, but a guy that I'm sure gets in and gets to work right away for you guys. How much are you expecting out of Jackson tonight in terms of what he's able to do with the pitch count and with it being early in the year?
It's a little short coming back for him, but he's one of these kind of rubber arm guys that just, because his velocity's not real high and he doesn't overexert himself, he can go a lot. And doesn't ever complain about his arm hurting or anything. I think first game went about 25 pitches, and then his last outing he was in the 60s. We could see 80 or 90 pitches out of him tonight, and just kind of play it from there. I'm not one of these guys that wants to burn people out in the third or fourth week of March, but we'll get a flow of the game, see what's going on, see what hitters are up, and that'll kind of dictate how long he goes in the game.
And you mentioned the experience on both sides. That obviously adds a lot of intrigue to this matchup, even though it is, in the first 3 weeks of March here. So what are you looking for out of the guys to get the win tonight?
We need to win an EPAC game. And last year, I think we were like 2-9 or something like that against them. And after the first 2 years, we only lost, at least my first 2 years, we lost 3 or 4 games against EPAC teams. So that's what we got to get back over the hump there. This group has to find a way to win these types of games. We have to coach better and play better. And I think for tonight, if we start the game well and Jackson gets in a groove, I think we have a good chance of winning. But we can't play from behind against teams that can also hit. And good teams tackle and runs 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th inning. You've seen that. Martinsburg's done that early in the year, and we have to at least have a couple on the board when we start to do that, and that's been our problem so far. So I'm hoping that tonight we can set the tone early.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Now joined by Coach Hartman of the Musselman Applemen. Coach, team taking on Hedgesville tonight after a really slow start to the season. You've been able to get back-to-back wins, get your record at 2-3 now. How do you feel? Or what do you feel like has been the difference since the early first 3 games to the last 2?
Past 2 games we had obviously quality pitching. Starters went deep into the games, got us into the 7th inning, both of those. First couple games we were just kind of filling it out, getting pitchers pitch counts up a little bit with that, and just trying to get their pitching numbers where we need to be with that. Small ball, past couple games has helped us advance runners and put them in scoring position. When opportunities have arisen, we've been able to get those key runs that we needed.
Dylan Stevens gives you guys a great performance last night to get the win over Washington. Hedgesville here tonight. Two teams that have the most experience coming back in the EPAC, so another big matchup for you. How do you think you take that momentum from the Washington win into this one?
Obviously, that it carries on. Anytime you're playing well and you get a win, it carries over to the next day, especially when you got another game right after it. Hedgesville is another quality ball club. It'll be another tough competition tonight. Hopefully our starting pitching will go with Myers tonight, and hopefully he can get us deep in the game and rely on our bullpen to come in later and finish things out for us.
What are you looking for out of Jason against this experienced Hedgesville lineup?
Command the strike zone. He needs to get ahead of the counts. They got some good lineup all the way through the order there, and if he gets ahead of the counts and forces the hitters to hit his pitches, I think we're going to have a pretty good night.
Jackson Ruess pitching for them. What are some things that you tell the guys when they're at the plate going up against Jackson?
Be patient. Be patient. Once again, try to work the count, work his pitch count a little bit. Try to get ahead in the count and be able to hit your pitch. It's the opposite way when we're throwing the ball, and the opposite when we're trying to hit it there.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good game.
Thank you to both teams' head coaches. We will step aside for another 2-minute break. On the other side of the break, we'll get into the EPAC baseball roundup. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back on the other side of this 2-minute break.
And the streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on a bench. That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area. For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville as we continue here on the Skinner Law Firm countdown to first pitch. Let's now get into our EPAC baseball roundup brought to you by Jambo Construction and Fencing LLC, a veteran-owned company that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452. Spencer, we got some games going on here tonight in the EPAC. What are you kind of looking forward to on the schedule?
We do have a few games, obviously. A lot of games yesterday, not as many tonight, I would say. Washington hosts Clear Spring. That should be an interesting one. Clear Spring, I believe, won a champion in Maryland last year. Jefferson hosting Hampshire. We've seen what Hampshire's, unfortunately, last night. I mean, Hedgesville beat Hampshire handedly, so expect an easy win for Jefferson there. And Spring Mills tries to get their second win of the year, traveling to Mercersburg Academy in PA.
Yeah, so it should be some good competition in the EPAC as these teams pick up here in the early part of the regular season. We'll now give you the weather, brought to you by CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue, home of the lifetime limited powertrain warranty with every new vehicle that we sell at no additional cost to you. Right before first pitch here, 62 degrees and cloudy. It's supposed to drop down into the 50s and then the high 40s this evening, with a chance of rain later this evening, but probably not during this baseball game. At least we hope not, because, well, then we would be bad luck here at Hedgesville. But we'll get into your starting lineups, brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust for your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. We'll start with the visitors, the Musselman Applemen. Leading off, wearing number 14, Kyle Lohr. Batting second, the shortstop, number 13, Baden Hartman. Batting third, the designated hitter, Taryn Boyles. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 8, Jason Myers. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 3, Trevor Bohr. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 11, Dylan Stevens. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 4, McClintock. Batting eighth, number 5, the first baseman, Chansey. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 2, Moberly. And then on the Hedgesville side, leading off, number 12, the shortstop, Braylon Connor. Batting second, the second baseman, Chris French. Batting third, the first baseman, number 27, Mike Nichols. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 13, Tanner Matthew. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 7, Jackson Ruiz. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 14, Kinderman. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Mason Elliott. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Ian Wolf. And rounding out the lineup, the center fielder, number 1, Gage Gano. We will take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have first pitch. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 2 minutes.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar & Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar & Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market.
We welcome you back to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. We'll now get you set for first pitch. Brought to you by CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue today. For quality vehicles, a friendly team and professional service at every step of the way. Chevy, find new roads. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Trip Tobin, Spencer Dupuis. On camera is Braden Schaffner, and back in the studio is Colin McLaughlin. On the mound tonight for the Hedgesville Eagles, Jackson Ruiz, the left-handed.
What's up, Trip?
Just looking at Coach Grove's lineup here, and for one, I don't see, even on the substitutes, I don't see Lane DeLauder's name.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And then, so I don't know if he's out, inactive, or what. I mean, I see him over there. And
maybe it's because he can't hit with his injury.
I'm not sure. Yeah, he did swing. I mean, I did show on on Game Changer an at bat the other day. Okay. So I don't know what's going on, but interesting that he's not. Maybe it's just maybe he just missed it, but he's not on the lineup card.
Arrest the lefty. Hedgesville comes down the white jerseys, white pants, blue and white hat, the blue Hedgesville logo on the front of the jersey. And then Musselman in the green jerseys with the white numbers, white letters outlined in red with the gray pants.
It's like Ruiz is a totally different young man with that haircut.
That's what we said during basketball season.
Completely different.
Yeah.
He has a completely different look.
So it's lefty versus lefty to start things off as Kyle Lohr steps into the batter's box for Musselman.
It's like tonight we got Matt Pedersen behind the plate for Hedgesville. Last time we had
Yadnel Rivera Sosa.
Yeah, but he was catching. But tonight Pedersen's catching, being DH'd for by Mason Elliott.
First pitch here to Lohr is a called strike in the knees. And we are underway here at the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. The lights on.
First pitch had movement.
Yeah, it did.
Lots of it.
Next one from Ruiz is hit hard but foul down the third base line and out of play.
Might just make the announcement here. We will be back here Tuesday for the resumption of the Martinsburg-Hedgesville game that got postponed in the middle of the third inning on Friday night. If you start a game, you might as well finish it. That's what we say, too.
The 0-1 pitch to Lohr, hit hard over the shortstop head of Connor and into left field, and that's going to be trouble out there and left. Wolf trying to get out to it and gets to it in time at the wall as Kyle Lohr begins the game with a leadoff double.
0-2 pitch, looked like a curveball. Certainly found too much of the plate. Ruiz making a mistake there a little bit. Should have had Lohr fishing for that as opposed to one he could get his hands to. Lohr did a great job, stayed behind it. The curveball was breaking away. He stayed with it, drove it over the shortstop head, and with that topspin, it rolled all the way to the fence as the left fielder, possibly didn't take quite the angle he needed. But either way, kept Lohr to a double.
I'll bring Baden Hartman to the plate, and Hartman slaps that first one, foul and out of play.
Set that defense. You got Trent Canarium on third, Braylon Connor on shortstop, Chris French on second, Mike Nichols is at first. Around the outfield, I believe, is Matthews and Bright, and Gage Gano is out there in center with Ian Wolf in left.
This one hit hard on the ground by Hartman. Connor struggles with it initially, and he's not going to be able to throw out the speedy Baden Hartman, so he'll reach. Yeah. And his runners on first and second to begin things here for the Musselman Applemen.
He hit it hard. He hit it right at Connor, and he just had to take one step in. It came up, got him in the gut. He did a great job staying in front of it, but this hard infield here, he just knocked it down, faked the throw, and just held everybody to a single. And Lohr wasn't able to move up.
I'll bring Taryn Boyles to the plate. So runners on first and second for the Applemen. Boyles DHing. I would presume that he catched last night, so Coach Hartman gives him the DH role here today to keep him in the lineup as that one misses for a ball.
Ruiz is in his first inning Jambo construction jam already. Nobody out, man on first and second, and facing the meat of Musselman's order.
Ruiz looks back. The runner Kyle Lohr there at second base. Lohr on second, Hartman on first. Good speed out there for the Applemen.
Great speed, yeah. When Connor, you took that ball in the gut and it hit the ground, no way you're getting Hartman with his speed.
Pitch to Boyles. Hit hard out toward deep left field. Going back on it is Wolf at the track, and it's out of here for a 3-run shot for Taryn Boyles. That ball just kept carrying and carrying to deep left field. It is 3-0 Applemen after an excellent start, and Taryn Boyles delivers with a 3-run homer.
Oh, now you know why Taryn was one of those EPAC Players of the Year last year. He's got home run power. He's batting in the 3 spot. He's only
out toward deep left field. Going.
There's a lot of at bats left for that young man in this.
Wasn't certain initially if it had quite enough, but it kept carrying and just made it over that left field wall to get out of here for a 3-run home run. Now you get Jason Myers to the plate, another guy that can give you that power. So 3-0 Applemen with Ruest on the mound. Pitch here to Myers hits the zone for a strike.
This is, I believe, Ruest's first start. He did have some relief on Saturday. So
he pitched 3 innings against Frankfurt. Gave up 2 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, no runs. So his first start of the season.
Myers lifts that one into left field for a base hit. So 4 up, 4 hits, and I believe that may bring a mound visit here. No, just a courtesy runner for Myers, the pitcher.
Courtesy runner, courtesy of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, the premier Legion team in the area.
Braden Miller coming in to run. Ruest is getting the ball up there a little bit. His velocity's down a touch. He'll get this cleaned up, but, working through after playing basketball. And Musselman's just up there free swinging away. 3-0 lead now. They can really, pin their ears back. Nobody out. And man on first. We'll see what they do here.
That'll bring Trevor Bohr to the plate. Lefty versus lefty here again. And Bohr hits this one out towards center field. Gage Gano is under it. And he will make the catch for the first out of the ball game on the fly out to center by Trevor Bohr. So that'll bring Dylan Stevens to the plate, the third baseman here tonight after pitching well last night for the Applemen in the win over Washington. Stevens, the right-hander, digs in here to face Jackson Ruest, and Musselman holding on to a 3-0 lead here in the top half of the first after the 3-run home run by Boyles, and Stevens fouls off that first pitch.
I'm up here having a nice hot coffee delivered by Jason Myers' dad. Everybody thinks he's a kind of a grumpy, mean old fella, but he personally brought me coffee, so all you guys, haters out there, maybe you
That's that slurping that everybody hears back there.
You just don't know him that well.
Throw to first base as Miller dives back in safely.
If I don't soon get over this cold or allergies or whatever,
I'm right there with you. I just went to the store, bought me some more stuff. Help me get over those allergies.
1 out here in the inning. The pitch to Stevens as Miller takes off. I think he's going to be out. And the throw beat him. And it's a good tag down there by French. What a throw.
A throw by the sophomore catcher Pedersen. He's a bigger specimen back there behind the plate. Riviera Sosa's a little smaller, a little stockier, a little more. Pedersen's a little taller.
Didn't look like Miller got the best jump there either. That one misses outside.
I didn't think he was stealing based on the lead. So, if he's going to take off there, certainly needs to get a good jump there, especially on the lefty there. He's got a first move go.
2-1 count here on Dylan Stevens. The pitch is hit foul and out of play. So now quickly 2 outs in the inning after a fly out from Trevor Bohr and a stolen base being picked off. Stevens.
A couple of hits last night for Stevens in that great outing at the plate.
Takes this one low for ball 3. Pedersen tracks it down and throws it back toward Jackson Ruest, the left-hander. 3-sport athlete, the quarterback on the football team. Senior for the Hedgesville Eagles. Awaits the 3-2 pitch here. Does Dylan Stevens, and it just misses outside on a breaking ball, it looked like, and Stevens takes first on the walk. McClintock will come to the plate. Batting here with 2 outs and runner on first.
Now batting number 4, Wyatt McClintock.
McClintock batting from the left side.
3 lefties in the lineup.
Yeah, going to catch tonight for Musselman. Him and Taryn can catch. They also have another catcher in there. I believe Deerstein catches. I don't know, Deerstein or Levy, one of those two catch.
McClintock rips this one into right center field. That will get down for extra bases. Rounding third is Dylan Stevens. He's looking to come home. The throw is not going to be in time, and Musselman extends the lead to 4-0 on the RBI double from McClintock. Not the start you expected from Ruest, and Hedgesville finds itself in quite the hole here in the first inning.
Yeah, the Applemen have really gotten to Ruest early, and Ruest obviously hasn't had as much time practicing with the team, with everybody, as the rest of the squad has, because he was with basketball until, last Thursday? I think they got home, I'm assuming, maybe late Wednesday night a week ago from the state tournament after their first round exit. So, not a lot of time when you got to start a game.
No, it's tough. I mean, I think you're seeing some of the similar stuff with Baden Hartman on the mound. I mean, he hasn't had an opportunity to get a lot of reps in, and you see his pitching and even his at the plate, struggling a bit. But, I have all the faith in the world that these couple of guys will come around, and be there in midseason form here shortly.
Chancey will take a big hack at that one and miss. Well, of course you do. Those are your guys.
Those are my guys. That's right.
Lead off second for McClintock. Chancey sends a chopper towards second. French adjusts and gets to it and throws it to first in time for out number 3. But Musselman puts up 4 in the first to go up 4-0 on Hedgesville. Head to the bottom half of the inning with the Eagles bats coming to the plate. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville. So the Applemen get 4 runs on 4 hits, including a 3-run home run from Taryn Boyles. Do leave that runner on, but overall a really impressive start to this ball game. And Hedgesville coming to the plate, working against Jason Myers, a right-hander. It'll be Connor French Nichols due up for the Eagles.
Seen a couple home runs this year early, out of these guys. Myers, home run against, earlier in the season there in that game that we did. Now we've seen Boyles go deep, seen Lupus go deep. So, the EPAC guys are showing some power.
Yeah, I don't remember a whole lot of home runs last season. So
especially not on air anyway.
Right.
I do have to tell everybody who was watching last night, you seen the collision with Christian Alter in the outfield with Jordan Camby. Then later he took one off the face. I did see him today, and he does have some seam marks, what we would call a tattoo, on his chin today. So he was at practice as I was stopped at the field. So he's up and moving around, and no teeth are rattling. So I think he's good to go.
Connor takes the first pitch for a ball. Yeah, it's definitely good to hear about Christian Alter. That one hit hard up the middle. That one get through for a leadoff single for Braylon Connor.
And just like that, Hedgesville's right back getting after him. Stayed behind that baseball, drove it right back up through the box, right past Myers' glove side. So, Myers got the lead right now, probably not trying to waste a lot of pitches. Just trying to attack hitters as he does. And Braylon Connor just got that fastball and got it right back up the middle.
Yeah, this is certainly a Hedgesville lineup that can put up some runs, put up 11 in their season opener, and that was only in 5 innings against St. Maria Goreni. So they're capable of matching what Musselman did in that first. But Myers definitely a tough pitcher going up against him as he misses low and away. But again, we've seen early in the season, if you get these guys at this point of the year, their arms may not be quite what they're going to be in a month or two. 2-0 count here on French. Takes that one for a called strike. Good-looking pitch there from Myers.
I think Myers' dad must have put his pinky in his coffee because it's awful sweet.
2-1 count. Connor takes his lead off first base. The pitch to French. Called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Chris French. Mike Nichols waiting in the on-deck circle. 4-0 lead for Musselman here in the bottom half of the first inning. Next pitch, low for a ball. Full count now on French.
Nice job by McClintock to keep that in front. And Myers, last thing he wants to do is walk anybody here with his 4-run lead. Look for him to just reach back and try to find a corner here.
Full count, lead off first for Braylon Connor. The pitch low for ball 4, so 2 on to start the Hedgesville half of the first. Give you the Musselman defense behind the plate. McClintock, Dylan Stevens down there at third base. Hartman at short, Moberly at second, Chansey at first, and then Carter Lore Bohr from left to right in the outfield.
Carter, Lore, and Bohr. Here's a young man who can certainly make this a 4-3 ball game should he get a pitch he could handle, Mike Nichols.
Nichols takes that one, just misses outside. Good frame from McClintock, but it missed.
Looked like a pretty good pitch, but I'm on the left side tonight. Last night I was on the other side of the box. Great.
And that one ripped into right field by Mikey Nichols. That will allow Connor to come flying around from second to score. Throw down to third, not in time. And Hedgesville gets a runner on the board at 4-1.
Yeah, that ball came in. Good piece of hitting by Mike Nichols. Just stayed behind the baseball. Didn't try to do too much with it. Drove it into right field. Bohr came up throwing. Had a pretty good throw. I think Connor Chansey was trying to get the ball to the catcher kind of before he caught it there and kicked off his glove. Ran up the first base side there. So McClintock had to run and get the baseball as Myers covered the plate. And all that allowed French to move up to third. And then we had a throw from McClintock as he gathered that ball in and to third, but not in time. Setting us up at first and third, and nobody out, and Myers got himself in one of those Jambo jams.
Yep. We'll see how he responds to it as the pitch here to Tanner Matthew is taken for a called strike. Was it me, or did it seem like Braylon Connor came really hard into the home plate?
Oh, well, he did. It doesn't seem like he slammed on the base.
He ate a lot of dirt there. He's probably getting a drink of water to brush all that mud out.
The pitch here to Tanner Matthew, taken low for a ball. 1 strike on Matthew. Runners on the corners for the Hedgesville Eagles.
Talking about Jambo Jams, Jambo Construction, if you liked that view last night, that's courtesy of Bo Bartley as he put that new deck on.
Yep, always appreciate Bo, all his work.
We started off as a little bit of a bump out for the camera, turned into a Taj Mahal of a deck out there.
It really did.
He doesn't do anything small. When he puts so much time into that field out there, people have no idea.
1-2 count here on Matthew. He'll take that one outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Outside and just a little high.
So runners on the corners for the Eagles, trailing the Applemen 4-1 in a exciting first inning where we've seen a lot of hitting between these two teams on kind of a warmer night, and the pitching has been the strength in the EPAC games we've seen this year, but still very early in the season, so we haven't seen a ton of EPAC. 2-2 count here on Tanner Matthew, and the pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 3 I think Myers fooled him on that one.
Yeah, it was a big curveball there after he had a couple of fastballs and a big curveball that went out there and kind of hung there, and Matthews took a hack at it.
That will bring Jackson Ruiz to the plate.
First and third in high school, you generally, you think, well, he's going to steal, but, it's the right move here for Hedgesville to kind of down 3 runs, and Mike Nichols with not a lot of speed on first. They're going to try to hit him around, not give up that out.
That one gets away from the catcher McClintock. He got to it relatively quickly, but still allowed Nichols to take second base, so you don't have to steal then.
No, he took it on the wild pitch there. McClintock dropped down the block. It kicked off his chest protector. Got a good hop off the wall there. Kept French at third and allowed Nichols to move up. So now you got second and third with Ruiz a chance to make this a 1-run game.
The pitch to Jackson Ruiz, missing inside again. So 2-0 count on Ruiz. Runners on second and third for the Eagles, who trail at 4-1 here in the bottom half of the first inning. Jason Myers steps back on the mound. Looks into his catcher McClintock and delivers the 2-0, and that hits the zone for strike one as Ruiz taking there on the 2-0 pitch.
You're probably taking all the way there, 2-0, down 3 runs. Hitters on deck behind him, and didn't look like he was really set to swing at that pitch, so kind of give himself away, I think, on the take there.
The 2-1 to Ruiz takes that one low and outside for ball 3. So 3-1 count on Jackson with Chris French down there at third base, Mike Nichols standing on second. And a 3-run lead for the Applemen. The pitch from Myers hits the zone for strike 2.
Musselman's going to lose a good, fair amount of their starters there, but they got their core. They've got some sophomores and some juniors out there that can really play.
The 3-2 pitch to Ruiz is low for ball 4. Bases are juiced for the Eagles trying to respond from that 4-run first from Musselman.
Next up for your Eagles, number 14.
Big spot here for the sophomore, Trenton Canarian. His dad was the game sponsor, Superior Construction. Superior Construction not only helps out here at Hedgesville, but anywhere. He's a big supporter of the area youth here, both in the high school and the little league level, not just at Hedgesville, but all around the county.
Canarium coming to the plate. 4-1 lead for the Applemen, but the bases are loaded for Hedgesville. The pitch to Canarium. He comes out first pitch swinging and fouls that one off. Get behind, no balls and a strike. French on third. Nichols on second. Jackson Ruiz was on first, but I believe they run out a courtesy runner for him.
Yeah, Ruiz. Courtesy runner there. He doesn't have no number on the front. We can't tell.
There's a swing and a miss there from Canarium.
Nice curveball there by the junior Jason Myers. Had Canarium out front. He's got enough zip on his fastball to get those guys out on their front foot on that curveball, working on making his delivery look the same and not tipping it early and doing a good job of it.
0-2 count here on Canarium. The pitch hit hard. That's past the first baseman and second baseman into right field, and that will drive in another Hedgesville run. It's 4-2. Appleman still leading here in the bottom half of the first.
It's funny, we get a warmer day than yesterday, and the runs just start happening. Trip.
That's what happens when you're senior laden lineups, and you see, you're not spooked by the other team's aces and good pitchers. So these guys are going to take their cuts. Myers is a great pitcher. Ruiz is a great pitcher. These guys are just taking good hacks, and things are happening.
There's a call on strike 1 here on Mason Elliott. That pitch, or that hit, I should say, that's the second one we've seen just, hit the opposite way toward right.
Certainly very good at bats and approaches here by taking those outside pitches the other way.
The 0-1 taken for a ball here on Elliott. So bases remain loaded. Nichols moves up to third. French comes in to score.
What these young men did getting the ball to right field tonight is something Jefferson couldn't do last night on the outside pitch.
This one a chopper. This could be some trouble, but Stevens goes home in time to McClintock for out number 2.
Nice play by Stevens there, gathering that up, knowing he was coming home all the way. Kind of took a glove side. He had to get turned a little bit to throw, and he did a good job of getting his body adjusted instead of trying to, throw the little jumper, finger rolled in there. He actually turned, got his hips turned, and made a good accurate throw there. Ball could have got away should he not set his feet there.
So 2 down in the inning.
But yeah, Hedgesville's done a great job of hitting the ball where it's pitched. And by saying that is, Myers wants to live out there on that outside corner, and they're just taking it to right field, hitting the ball hard. Even Braylon Connor's first pitch was to the right side of the first hit was to the right side of the pitcher. Last night Jefferson and Martinsburg kind of popped up a lot on those outside pitches. Jefferson a little more than Martinsburg, as Lupus lived out there. But that's what you got to do. You have to adjust and hit the ball where it's pitched. If not, you're going to get the ball at the end of the bat and get those lazy flares that we've seen a lot of yesterday.
Ian Wolf will take that one for a called strike. Second pitch in there for strike number 2. So Myers able to get the 2 strikes and pitching with a 4-2 lead. Or heading into the inning with a 4-0 lead, allows you to have a little bit of a slow start, but you don't obviously want to let the other team completely back into it. Still have that 2-run lead, though, here. Wolf fouling off that one to keep the count at no balls and 2 strikes with the bases loaded for the Eagles.
Dangerous hitter on deck, too. I mean, Gage Cano could easily be the leadoff for this team. Right. They have 2 leadoffs with Gage and Braylon. I mean, they both can run the bases, both get on base, and, good 1-2 punch once they get through that lineup the first time. You're only the leadoff first time through it. After that, now Gage is right there in the top of that lineup with that group.
The 0-2, a swing and a miss from Wolf. Myers gets out of the jam to an extent, only allowing 2. 4-2, our score. Musselman on top. We head to the second. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 60 seconds.
To get the best opportunity to be seen and recruited, join the American Legion Post 14 Hornets baseball team. Managed by Trip Tobin, Post 14 will prepare you for the next level by playing the best possible schedule, along with an experienced coaching staff and alumni coming back to help guide you through the process. Don't believe me? Ask Washington Patriot and Fairmont State commit Cam Moore.
I've gotten a lot of looks with Post 14, more than any other team. It's probably been one of my favorite teams to play for.
The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier Legion baseball team in the area.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
We welcome you back to Hedgesville. The Applemen leading the Hedgesville Eagles 4-2 as we head into the second inning.
Going to be interesting to see how Jackson does after giving up those 4 runs, but his team coming back, giving him 2 runs. He's only down 2 now. It's 2-0 ball game in reality, so, a little bit of renewed life, but he's going to quickly face the top of this order the second time through here as Musselman sent 8 batters to the plate, if I remember correctly, 8 batters to the plate, so he's just a number 9 hitter away from facing Kyle Lohr on top of that order again. So, but got that first inning out of the way, got the jitters out, got his first start here, and he's got left the ball up too much last inning. He knows that. I've seen him over in the dugout, talking to him a little bit. So, see if he makes the proper adjustments this next time through, and see how Musselman, see if they can stay hot here at the plate.
Moberly comes to the plate to lead things off here. For the Applemen, the first pitch to him is high and inside for ball 1.
And that's been the Ruest's problem here today, just leaving the ball up. When you leave the ball up, you're going to get hit. And his curveball got left up a few times, fastball's up, and that's when you get hit.
The 1-0 misses high again for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. So how do you kind of correct that?
Well, a couple of things. He has to look at his delivery here. Is he, his release point, is he getting downhill far enough? It looks to me, just from up here, I can't tell. Looks to me like he's just rushing his bottom half, and it causes his, arm to lag behind, and then he'll, the release point will be up some. As you see, he kind of slowed his bottom half down.
3-0 misses high for ball 4, so it's a leadoff walk for the Applemen.
But the other thing you can see from up here is he's kind of standing up, and haven't seen him a lot this year. He's grown a little bit, not too much, but he's grown a little bit, so getting accustomed to that body again as well. But he certainly needs to get downhill and get that release point down. And those are just simple things. There's a lot of technical things that I'm sure that they're looking at over there.
Lohr digs in, takes that one low and outside for ball 1. So runner on first for Musselman. Back to the top of the order with Kyle Lohr, who led off the game with a double.
And the slide step's not going to help him with it. Even as he's got runners on, he's going to have to speed up to the plate anyway.
Throw over. Not in time, just to keep Moberly close over there at first base.
Got a score update from Shenandoah Junction. Jefferson currently up 14-0. Ryan Hefner, 4 innings so far of nothing on the mound.
Called a strike.
Who they playing?
Hampshire.
The bat's coming alive for Jefferson.
Yeah, he definitely needed that.
Mm-hmm.
After the slow start to the season for the Cougars offensively. Pitch here to Lohr. Called strike 2.
Threw the ball down a little bit there, and on the outside part of the plate, which would be on the left side of the plate for Lohr, as he's a lefty. Big hole over there in that spot as Chris French is playing double play depth close to the bag, and Mike Nichols holding, so the whole right side of the infield's open at the moment for some reason.
Pitch to Lohr here is fouled away. You understand that against the righty, but against the lefty, doesn't make a ton of sense.
Yeah, I mean, he did take the ball the other way last time. Maybe they got a book on him here, but they're actually leaving that, right side open, if you can see it in our camera. Mike's on the bag, and I would say at least 50 feet away, because I don't think French is more than 10 feet from the bag. There's a 50-foot hole there.
Yeah.
Score update from Spring Mills game against Mercersburg Academy. They fell 12-2 in 5.
Oh, what a play by the shortstop, Braylon Connor, coming over on a ball poked out toward left field. Connor makes a diving catch to get the out.
Great play by Connor. Laid completely out, went after that. And again, that's the second time that Lohr's hit the ball that way. So, hats off to Hedgesville. They're pitching him away, and they played him away, and he hit the ball away there. So, but they're not going to change your defense up much here for Hartman, as that gap's still there. But, again, it worked, so we'll keep it there.
Here's the pitch here to Hartman. Just misses outside for a ball. So 1 out here in the inning. In the second.
Other game going on
4-2
tonight.
our score.
Other game going on tonight in the EPAC. Clear Spring is up 7-0 on Washington in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Pitch here to Hartman. Popped up. Headed behind the plate. And off the top of the press box here.
Seeing Jeff King and the catcher Pedersen there doing a little two-step as they danced. I'm not sure. Looks like Jeff's got 2 left feet, though. He didn't have very many moves there, but he finally got out of Pedersen's way. But they were certainly.
He knew he was out of play.
Yeah, they were certainly two-stepping there, trying to get around each other. Jeff trying to give him space, and Pedersen trying to find that baseball.
It was like being stuck in the aisle in the grocery store with Pedersen and Jeff King.
Yeah, he didn't know which way to go. Brett had him pinned there, and Jeff King headed off to the Senior League World Series this year, been selected. They'll go down there to, I believe it's Easterly, South Carolina, and so you know what kind of quality umpires we have here in the EPAC, as we've had a few head to the Little League World Series, Senior League, Junior League World Series as well. So Keith Allison's been there, and we've got Jeff's going there. So just my hats off to those guys for the work that they put in and the time they take to keep up on the rules and up on their craft.
2 balls, 2 strikes here, and a throw over to first. Not in time. Keeping Moberly close, though, over there at first base. 1 out in the inning. Baden Hartman sitting in on a 2-ball, 2-strike count. With a 4-2 lead for the Applemen, Hartman was able to single his first time on an infield hit toward Braylon Connor. That was just a tough one to really pick up. This one, though, popped up in the infield. Everybody runs in on it, but Jackson Ruiz, the pitcher, comes over and covers
him off
to make the play.
Jackson Ruiz, an outfielder, when he's not pitching, so he was all over that. He's mine, and he went over there and took it with confidence as Patterson and Canarian both, converge there right at the on-deck circle, right at the batter's cage, or the on-deck cage there here in Hedgesville High School baseball field.
Is Jackson going to play for you this summer?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Throw over to first base, not in time. It's sliding back.
Them three-sport athletes like Hartman, they want to play baseball in the summer and
I just didn't
basketball
know
in
if
the
he
fall.
had made his decision what he was doing in college. I don't think he's made his decision.
He's been getting some visits, looking around. Spoke with his dad a little bit over the weekend. Got some offer, got a small offer from Fairmont State. Coach Urish up there has some ties here to Hedgesville, and certainly Ruest is a projectable young man who's going to get some looks, at the college level to pitch and play.
This one fouled away by Boyles.
Just his throwing from the left side, his body size and his lanky, athleticism there. He's going to certainly project, and by project he'll get some, I believe he'll get, some offers from some colleges.
Boyles hit a 3-run home run his last time up to give Musselman the lead, at the time a 3-0 lead, now up to 4-0. 0-2 count, though, here on him with a runner on first, and he fouls this one away. Moberly, the runner there on first, he reached on a walk. Since then, though, it looks like Jackson Ruiz has settled in a little bit. I mean, there's an excellent play by Braylon Connor to potentially rob Kyle Lohr of what would have been a shallow single out there to left field. But still got a pop fly on two of these batters here, and now he's battling with Boyles, who fouls that one away.
He's got to keep that ball down, he just has to get stride out there and find that release point, pitch downhill. When you get that ball up like that, it's very flat looking to the hitter, and their eyes open up. They can get to that baseball. They don't, if hitters don't like the ball down around the knees, and that's where he needs to live, like there.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Throw down to first is in time for out number 3. So we head to the bottom half of the second. Musselman strands a runner, doesn't get any added on to its 4-2 lead. Eagles coming to the plate. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back at 60.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
March Madness isn't just a time for the best basketball action. March is the perfect month to market your home and beat the real estate market madness. Angela Horner is an Eastern Panhandle native and rooted in this community as a dedicated full-time real estate professional for 15-plus years. Let her put her expertise and marketing plan to work for you. Call 304-725-1001 or visit wvpropertyexpert.com to schedule a free marketing analysis.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Trip Tobin, Spencer Dupuis. Braden Schaffner, our cameraman. Back in the studio is Colin McLaughlin. Myers on the mound for the Applemen. Eagles coming back to the plate. It will be Gano, Connor, French due up for Hedgesville. We talked about it. Gage Gano, kind of that second leadoff guy, and he gets the lead off this half of the inning.
Yeah, it works out perfect. I mean, they can't ask for – and that's kind of the way you set it up like that, for him to be there to run, to give those guys in the 1, 2, 3 spot opportunities for, get on base, get over, and get in, get those guys in the middle, an opportunity to drive him in and get RBIs. You got to be you got to give a shout-out to Ruest as he faced Kyle Lohr, Baden Hartman, and Taryn Boyles. In the first, he gave up a double, a single, and a home run. The second time through, Kyle flew out to short, Baden flew out to the pitcher, and Taryn struck out. So, adjustments being made there, and good job there on the coaching staff and on Rues himself for getting, digging in and second time through, making the adjustments to get the outs he needed there. Keep this game close.
Gano takes the first pitch for a ball, now fouls this one off. Gage Gano, the center fielder for the Eagles, wearing the jersey number 1. Sits in here on a 1-1 count. Myers steps back on the mound. Bottom half of the second inning between Musselman and Hedgesville, a 4-2. Applemen lead. Myers will step off now and reset.
Gano with speed, baseball IQ, the ability to get on base and get around, take advantage of dirt balls and steal a base.
Some mind games being played here between the batter and the pitcher.
Yeah. Myers stepped off, then Gage stepped out. A little gamemanship.
The 1-1 from Myers. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Gage pulled off of that curveball there a little bit, off-speed pitch. Didn't break a lot, maybe something in maybe the changeup, at least from my angle it didn't, but it stayed down and away from Gage, and he was out in front of it. Front half pulled out, made it impossible for him to reach out there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Gano, the left-handed hitter. Braylon Connor in the on-deck circle. Myers delivers the pitch, and it's fouled off the end of the bat by Gano. He stays alive here in the bottom half of the second inning.
It was a nice job there by Gage. Kind of that fastball about got through him, and dropped those hands just in time to get that thing fouled off.
The 1-2 pitch from Myers. Called strike 3. Gano goes down looking.
That was a great placement of that ball. I just happened to turn the camera to a good shot of it, and I think that was a great call by the umpire.
Yeah, it kind of been around there and come in the back door on Gage. Right-handed pitcher, started in the right-hander's batter's box, caught that inside corner to a righty, outside to Gage, and all he could do was tip his cap there as Myers did a good job there.
It's not back-to-back strikeouts for Myers, going back to the end of the first inning where he struck out Wolf, and then he had one on Tanner Maffey as well. So he has 3 strikeouts despite giving up those 2 runs early. But a 4-2 Musselman lead. The pitch here to Braylon Connor in the dirt for a ball. Connor led off the inning for Hedgesville with a single in the top half of the first.
56-foot fastball there. Didn't quite make it to the plate.
He would come around to score as well. The pitch here to Connor, taken for a called strike on the inside half.
The velocity for these young men, up a little bit here early in the season. Jason's got to be throwing, 83, 84 mile an hour here easily when he puts a little something behind it.
This one hit on the ground toward third. That will get into left field for a base hit. Connor's got a 2-for-2 day. Rounds first and heads back. So a 1-out single, Braylon Connor.
He had that fastball down, then a fastball up in his hands, and then he got a curveball that kind of hung, stayed with it, pulled it. I thought it was foul when he first hit it. He got around it a little bit, but it stayed inside the bag. Got a good hop, and down over Dylan Stevens' glove there, and out into left field for a second base hit of the day.
Chris French coming to the plate now, and he'll hit this one toward third. Stevens fields it cleanly, throws the second for out number 1. The throw to first, in time for the double play.
Wow, what a great double play.
5-4-3 on the double play from Dylan Stevens over to Moberly to Chansey, who makes the stretch over there at first base to end the inning. We'll head to the third. It is Musselman 4, Hedgesville 2. Applemen coming to the plate to lead off this third inning. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia, that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, Go Bulldogs.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Applemen coming to the plate. West remaining on the mound. A rough first inning where he gave up 4, but settled in that last inning with 2 straight flyouts and a ground out to end the inning after the leadoff walk to Moberly. But a dangerous hitter coming to the plate in Jason Myers. We saw hit a home run in the season opener against Light Ridge. Pitcher here tonight. He has a single so far in the ball game, and pitcher versus pitcher here.
Yeah, after that first inning, a lot of base hits, a lot of runs scored. In the second inning, both pitchers settled in and was able to get outs and make quick work of those lineups.
Pitch misses high for ball 1 here to Myers. Nice night here at Hedgesville. This one popped foul.
Myers has been pretty hot. You look at the box scores after each one of those games, and you see his, he's 1 for 2 for each night. Getting on base, strikeouts are down. He's probably batting, easily 400 at the moment after those 5 games against some very good pitching.
The 1-1 just misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike on Myers. To lead off this third inning, Musselman with a 4-2 lead. 3-run home run from Taryn Boyles back in the first. Myers singled and came around to score, and that pitch just misses as well. Looked like that same kind of location. 3 balls, 1 strike here. An RBI double from McClintock scored that other run. And Myers will foul it away.
Pitch was out, probably over the plate there. Could have been strike 2. He was locked a little on a 3-1 pitch, a good ad count swing. He took a good cut at it, and he just missed it.
Rest looks in here on the 3-2 pitch to Myers. Rest kicks and deals, and Myers lifts this one out toward right field. Got under it just a little bit, and coming over to make the catch there is Tanner Matthew for out number 1.
Hat fell off there, Nick. Another one. Got to mark that down.
You need to make a season counter. That'll be your new job.
It looked like that ball had a little bit of movement, moving away from Myers a little bit. He stayed with it, drove it that way, just got under it a bit. So a pretty good piece of hitting there if he just didn't quite, catch the, under that baseball there. He did stay back and drive it and hit it where it was pitched.
Trevor Bohr to the plate. Bohr flew out his first time to center field, and he takes this one at the knees for strike 1.
Bohr got the no decision in that game with where him and Bromwell from Spring Mill set off toe-to-toe, and both those young men just threw tremendous ball games. That night we were out here with the Martinsburg game, and he left the game with the lead there in the 7th, and after giving up leadoff single. But the young man can hold down some of the best lineups, and he's going to FCC, and we're just proud of what he's been able to accomplish here in his high school career.
5-run top of the 7th there, was able to win it for Spring Mills. 1-2 count here on Trevor Bohr. Working against Rest.
Maybe you'll see him on like a Shepherd team here in a couple of years.
Young man just sets goals.
1-2 is fouled away and out of play. Trevor.
When the Frederick Community College coach Bennett up there don't lose many games. They are a JUCO. They're a great program. And, you think JUCO, maybe you think, it's just JUCO, but it's not just JUCO. There's great baseball being played there, and a beautiful facility. And that team plays to win and plays to get in those JUCO finals every year. And their guys leave there and they go to, colleges and get seen and move on for their careers from there, most of them.
1-2 pitch, a little bit low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Trevor Bohr. Musselman holding on to a 4-2 lead over the Hedgesville Eagles here in inning number 3.
A little stare down here between the the two lefties.
That one hit hard toward left field. It gets down for a base hit for Bohr. He'll round first. And Trevor has the one-out single as he wins the left-handed battle. And with his first hit, 1 for 2 today.
Good to see Trevor Bohr getting some hits early in the season. Remember last year he was having trouble. By the end of the year he kind of caught a groove and then caught a real good groove during the post-14 season.
Yeah, I mean he was was kind of slumping there in the season, and but he worked really hard in the off season, not just in the summer, but all in the cage. And
Stevens hits this one toward third. Do we have another double play coming? No. Dylan Stevens a little too quick down that first base line, but they do get Bohr at second for out number 2. Kind of a little bit of a tougher one too, because it was hit right at Stevens, and for Canarium,
yeah.
He had to come over there and play in that 5-6 gap.
French made a great turn. I mean, he didn't get a step or anything into it. All he could do was just catch the ball and turn and throw. I mean, he wasn't able to get much body in that at all. It was all arm coming across there. So great job by Chris French on that turn, and impressive that he was able to get that much on the throw without getting a step in there.
McClintock hit that RBI double to that right field, which is kind of the deeper part of the ballpark that he was able to find the gap in.
Yeah, he got into one out there to the domino sign.
Just getting the score update here. Jefferson wins 16-0 over Hampshire.
This one taken for a called strike, 1-1 count. So good to see for the Cougars to get those bats going after some slow starts to the season with the offense, but it was only game 3, so you're bound to get your offense going at some point. McClintock swings and misses for strike 2.
Yeah, don't think for a minute that that Jefferson's going to sit down there and just not work on everything they need to work on. Last night probably too many free bases, didn't hit the ball well. I'm sure that those are talking points and coaching points down there that they are working on and breaking those guys up into groups, and they have a coaching staff down there just phenomenal, and that's why they're able to be the program that they are. Is they take game time. Real game time stats in live action. And
McClintock a swing and a miss for strike 3. Jackson Ruiz starting to pick it back up here as we head to the bottom of the third. Musselman on top though, 4-2. First strikeout of the game for Ruiz, and it ends this third inning for Musselman. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the bottom half of the third. This is West Virginia High School Baseball Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
We are excited to announce that Comparion Insurance Agency, a Liberty Mutual company, will be at the 26th Annual Home Show on March 25th and 26th at the Martinsburg Roundhouse. Comparion Insurance agents and Martinsburg residents Glenn Mocker and Chad Williams have access to many insurance companies, allowing them to find the right coverage at the right price for you. From home and auto to life and pet insurance, they have you covered. Be sure to visit them at the show. If you can't make your way over to them, give them a call or send an email. They can't wait to meet you.
We welcome you back to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Eagles coming to the plate. It'll be Nichols to lead things off for Hedgesville. Last inning, Cano struck out, a single from Connor, but then that double play to end the inning, French hit into. So Nichols, Matthew, Ruiz due up. Heart of the order for the Hedgesville Eagles, but it looks like Tripp, at least based on last inning and the last part of the ball game, it looked like both these guys have kind of settled in a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, coming back through here after that explosive first inning, 6 runs and all those hits, and these pitchers have settled in and, finding a way to get outs here. Defense, some nice plays, but certainly, good pitchers will adjust. It's good to see Jackson didn't, completely, fold or give up after giving up those 4 runs. So, fight back and give his team a chance to win and stay in this game.
Nichols fouls that one off. He falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes after taking that first one for a called strike. 4-2. Hedgesville trailing Musselman. Eagles at the plate. Pitch to Nichols is popped foul and out of play. He had an RBI single his first time up.
Myers went with a little quick pitch there. Sped up his delivery. Tried to sneak one by Big Mike, and that didn't happen. Mike stayed on that fastball and fouled it back.
The 0-2 to Nichols, hit hard on the ground toward third. Stevens comes up, throws in time for out number 1. Now bring Tanner Matthew to the plate. He struck out his first time. And Nichols goes down here on the ground out to third. It's been an active night for the third baseman, Dylan Stevens. I guess that's why they call it the hot corner.
The hot corner there, yep. He's getting some pretty good hops there. But he's staying back, playing the ball, playing the hop, and he's making good throws. Good turn on that 5-4-3 double play, and then a good throw across there. Made a nice play on the put out at home.
Matthew with kind of a half-hearted swing on a pitch that was up in the zone for strike 1. The next one low below the knees for ball 1. So 1-1 count here on Tanner Matthew. Steps out here. The 1-1 pitch to Matthew. Called strike 2.
Game's kind of hit a little bit of a lull here. The crowd's kind of quiet. These pitchers have set these hitters down and quieted these crowds after, like I say, a pretty explosive first inning.
The 1-2 to Matthew is low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A couple of years ago, Tanner's brother came through Jameson, and he looks like a carbon copy of him. They both very similar in looks at this age.
The 2-2 pitch to Matthew misses outside for ball 3. So full count on Tanner Matthew as he's worked his way back after falling behind on a couple of pitches. Struck out his first time. Ruest in the on-deck circle. The pitch here to Matthew. Called strike 3 at the knees. Great location from Jason Myers for the strikeout.
That was a good location, down and in. It was a strike on the inside corner. Matthews knew it. He couldn't do much about it. So, just a great pitch there, great location by Myers.
4 strikeouts for Myers here in the early going. The pitch here to Jackson Ruest, who walked his last time up. He'll take that one for a ball, 1-0 count.
Ruest had a couple hits yesterday, I believe, getting that bat hot again after have that basketball break. Probably not getting a lot of cuts in the winter.
That pitch fouled away by Jackson Ruest. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down here in the bottom half of the third. Myers would love to go 1-2-3 here, get his bats back to the plate. With the 4-2 lead. For Hedgesville, kind of a up and down first inning for Jason Myers. He gave up 2 runs but had 2 strikeouts in the first. This one a chopper hit towards Stevens. That will get through as it took a tough bounce. And that's a 2-out single for Jackson Ruest into left field. Left-handed hitters, a lot of them are going into left tonight.
Yeah, everybody's kind of staying behind the baseball. Myers kind of was trying to play that kind of hop there, but it picked up a little speed. He was caught in between whether I come and get that hop or stay back and take the big hop, and he opted for the big hop, but I think the top spin on it there just, picked up speed and got through there.
Got a courtesy runner, courtesy of Berkeley Post 14 Hornets Premier Legion baseball team in the area, Owen Benchoff, running for Jackson Ruest.
This one hit in towards center field. Kyle Lohr, though, no problem for him. for out number 3. So Applemen coming back to the plate when we begin the 4th inning. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back at 60.
This is Eric at Hancock Chevrolet. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hancock Chevrolet, it is that easy. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hancock Chevrolet will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time in a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Cumberland to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hancock Chevrolet absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HancockChevy.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want, and your new ride will be delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
We welcome you back to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Applemen coming to the plate. Musselman leading Hedgesville 4-2. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Trip Tobin, Spencer Dupuis, and Braden Schaffner, our cameraman. Back in the studio is Colin McLaughlin. So Musselman with the 4-2 lead. It's Chancey due up here to lead things off. Jackson West got his first strikeout of the ball game. Then the 3rd inning, after a tough first where he gave up the 3-run home run to Taryn Boyles. We give up a little bit more damage after that. McClintock had the RBI double, but ended the inning with a Chancey ground out. And then a fly out, ground out in the second. Fly out, single, ground out, strikeout. So he's definitely picked things up. As this one, strike 1 on Chancey.
Final from Washington. The Patriots fall to Clear Spring 10-0.
It's somewhat surprising. Don't know a whole lot about the Clear Spring baseball team, but
I do know I think they won the single-A championship in Maryland last year.
That's true, yes. So they're a quality team, potentially. Obviously, I mean, they beat them 10-0.
Potentially, obviously.
Yeah. If you win 10-0, I mean, that's impressive. So good play on the run there from Tanner Matthew for out number 1.
Rest coming up on 60 pitches, so I'm not sure. He pitched some there on Saturday, 3 innings, so see where he's at as far as,
believe he is
longevity.
Yeah, I believe Coach Grove said he was
full go.
Not full go yet. Still gonna
probably 85.
Gear him
right?
up a little bit, but getting there certainly. Moberly to the plate here with 1 down, swinging a miss for strike 1.
You can see half the bullpen down there. I can't see anyone in there.
Next one misses outside for ball 1.
And he threw 66 pitches on Saturday. So maybe thinking around 85?
Not sure, but
1-1 is a swing and miss.
If you're going to go much over 80, you might as well go 100, right?
All right, if you go to 85, that's 15 more pitches.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes here on Moberly with 1 down in the inning. The next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3.
Velocity picked up a bit.
Should have brought the radar gun out tonight.
Yeah.
Second strikeout of the evening for Jackson Ruest. And that'll bring Kyle Lohr to the plate. Lohr got the early offense going with the double to lead things off, and then he flew out his last time to Braylon Connor, who made that excellent play there at shortstop. This one ripped foul and out of play.
Yeah, Kyle's pushing things that way, tonight. He hasn't been looking to pull, not necessarily a bad thing. I think he's going with where he's being pitched at. He's being pitched away, so he's taking what they give him and driving the baseball that way.
Oh, Wanda Lohr comes in and hits him.
I think on the wrist.
Got him on the hand with the wrist. He came in hard.
No worse for the wear, though. He's going to go down to first.
That pitch definitely just got away from Ruest as he was working away and just got up and in. Lohr couldn't do anything with it, but just take it, really. He tried to get out of there.
Now batting, number 13.
Knowing him and how much he likes to hit, he wanted to get out of there, but certainly will take it there to extend the inning. Baden Hartman coming to the plate. Single and a fly out so far for Baden. A hard hit ground ball in the first inning. Throw over, keeping Lohr close there. I mean, you could run him here with 2 down in the inning.
Yeah, it's not a bad time to run. I mean, you got a 2-run lead. You're, down 2 outs. What's the worst happening? He gets out and Baden leads off the inning with his speed. Not a bad option. The best thing that happens, he gets in scoring position. Baden drives him in with a base hit.
Hartman takes this one inside for ball 1. Quarterback versus quarterback here. Hartman versus Ruest.
Saw that on the diamond this year. Interviewed them both that week. On the football field. Interviewed them both that week.
There's a call and strike on the outside corner.
And for Lohr to get antsy over there as the strikes, as the count deepens with Hartman. Lohr's getting out there a bit. See if he gets that foot turned in and get ready to turn and burn.
Throw over. Lohr is in there safely. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Baden Hartman. A 4-2 Musselman lead over the Hedgesville Eagles here in the 4th inning, top half of the 4th.
Lohr's certainly going to have a dirty uni after this one.
The pitch to Hartman is hit right to Chris French. He makes the play for out number 3 on the line out for Baden and Hartman. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Musselman with a 4-2 lead over the Hedgesville Eagles. We're back at 60 seconds. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Back here to the nest at the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. The Eagles trailing the Musselman Applemen 4-2. Elliott to lead things off here will be Elliott, Wolf, Gano, bottom of the order, due up for the Eagles. Jason Myers staying on the mound for the Musselman Applemen.
Sophomore DH in here tonight. We've seen him play first base against Martinsburg. Had a good game. He doesn't look like a sophomore. Certainly tall and lanky, large, big in the box there on the right side.
Elliott takes this one for the call and strike. Had a good 3 innings. Didn't get that whole game in. Finished that one on Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, 6 p.m. right here. We'll be here. Be back here, I guess.
This one a call and strike too.
It felt like a whole game.
It did.
To an extent, yeah.
When I left here, I shouldn't say this on air, but when I left here, I drove down and for some reason the girls were still playing. Did you notice when you left?
I wasn't here.
Softball?
Oh, that's right. The girls were still playing softball, and we
all different fields.
Yeah, that field takes it a little better, I guess.
Yeah.
Or they're just tougher.
Probably
sure.
Could be both. Who knows?
Not really. It's just an umpire's decision. It's getting a little sloppy back there.
Could have been later in the game, too, at that point. 1-2, 2-2 count here.
But their game did end up getting called, though.
Did it?
Yeah, because they're both resuming on Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
That's true, yeah. I did see that as well.
Yeah.
So they took the
right
precautions there.
Must have not been long after
inside for ball 3.
Drove by.
I honestly didn't notice because it was raining. But Tripp also left a little bit earlier than we did.
Yeah. You know, that game will resume Saturday, April 15th at 10 a.m. at Hedgesville.
Yeah, that's what it was. That one misses low for ball 4. Mason Elliott reaches on a lead-off walk, so this could be what re-sparks the Hedgesville offense here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ian Wolf coming to the plate. So far in the ballgame, he struck out his first time up back in the 1st inning. And Gage Gano standing in the on-deck circle. Wolf playing left field this evening. Throw over from Myers just to keep Elliott close there at first base.
Wolf part of this pitching staff here at at Hedgesville. You got some innings in on the weekend.
I believe he pitched last night.
Was it last night?
I think it was last night against Hampshire.
On attempt to throw down, not in time. As Wolf pulled it back, but Stevens in on the grass expecting the bunt here from Hedgesville.
Yeah, Stevens not afraid to play uptight. There's not a lot of fear factor over there.
1-0 count.
Runner
takes off, and Elliott, McClintock unable to throw it down and just holds it.
McClintock lost the grip. He didn't have the grip he wanted, and the transfer wasn't able to make that transfer, and didn't feel comfortable with the grip he had. Pulled it in. Elliott had a pretty good lead. Down 4-2. It had to be a good read there.
Wolf did pitch last night. He got the win in 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, none earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts on 71 pitches.
Musselman's setting up for Wolf to bunt, but I'm not sure he bunts here down 2. He's already got a runner in scoring position, so,
Wolf will foul that one away.
Yeah, they got the corners up in the bunt, but maybe a 1-run game. But I would think that Coach Nicky Brown down there is looking for Wolf to get this ball in play and score him with the bat and try to get himself on base as well.
Now with 2 strikes, the corners back off a little bit as Wolf swings and misses for strike 3. So that will bring Gage Gano to the play with a runner in scoring position on second base, and Elliott with the leadoff walk and stolen base. But Wolf striking out for the second time this evening. Gano struck out his first time looking.
One thing Gano can do is he can lay one down that third baseline and force, a long throw by Myers or force Stevens to come in from guarding the bag.
1 out, though, in the inning. I don't know if that will be the choice or not.
He has that weapon of drag bunt.
Right.
And Stevens is forced to stay back, so that's an option there, not necessarily a sack bunt.
Pitch here, a swing and a miss, though, for strike 2. So Gano gets behind, no balls and 2 strikes. With a runner on second base. And a 4-2 lead for Musselman over Hedgesville. Myers looking into his catcher, McClintock. With a runner on second base and Mason Elliott. The pitch here from Myers just fouled away down the third base line and back into the netting.
Yeah, Gage got to get the ball in play here. After you get the leadoff walk, stolen base, back-to-back strikeouts is certainly not something that, is going to get Elliott in, of course, but certainly not even going to get him moved. So,
0-2 is a called strike 3, and there's the back-to-back strikeouts from Jason Myers. Braylon Connor to the plate. He has 2 singles here tonight and really needs one here with a runner on second base. Like you said, Tripp, he got an excellent situation with a leadoff walk, a stolen base, no outs. But now back-to-back strikeouts put it at 2 down, and that runner doesn't seem as big of a deal right now for Jason Myers.
Hey, you take the first inning off this game, and it's been pretty much a pitcher's duel tonight.
This one hit off the end of the bat and then bounces off the plate foul.
May have gotten Connor on the toe.
It seemed to, as he's had kind of a tough night. Kind of hit home hard on his slide in on the run he scored. Had to dive out to make the catch earlier.
He plays hard-nosed. He plays with his heart on his sleeve. Very passionate young man. Gives it all he's got on every play. And he's just a warrior from, if you know his story, he's a warrior from day one. He's fought a lot of battles, and here he is today.
Braylon Connor hits this one hard, but right to the second baseman, Moberly, and he makes the throw over to first in time for out number 3. So Hedgesville strands that lead-off walk, and Mason Elliott at second base after the stolen base. And we head to the 5th with Musselman on top of Hedgesville 4-2. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV Denver back in 60.
And the streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on a bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
Looking to get your special someone the perfect gift? How about a dream vacation? Explore Dream Vacation is on the seas, cruising to multiple destinations. We'll start here with the travel agency of Dream Vacations in George Wisdom. Visit vacationsmiles.com. Vacation smiles last a lifetime, so allow George Wisdom to provide you the vacation experience you've always desired and deserve.
We welcome you back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. A 4-2 lead for the Musselman Applemen, as it will be Boyles, Myers, Bohr, and Boyles a big contributor, obviously, to this 4-2 lead with the 3-run home run that he had back in the first inning.
Now batting, number 9.
That was followed by a Jason Myers single, a fly out by Trevor Bohr. Dylan Stevens drew a walk, and then an RBI double from McClintock to give, at the time, a 4-0 lead for the Musselman Applemen. Hedgesville would come back with 2 runs in the bottom half of the first. We haven't seen any runs since, Tripp, so the pitchers have really locked in.
If the pitcher's locked in, you take that first inning off there. I think we're at a 0-0 ball game.
Boyles digs in here on a 1-0 pitch now, and the pitch a called strike at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike on Taryn Boyles.
Boyles having that power hitter kind of night, and home run and strikeout. That's what they do in the majors, right?
I got him for a ground out.
Oh, excuse me. I believe you struck out there. That he took it. I remember thinking that he that Ruiz might have evened the score there when he got him.
Maybe it was a drop third.
But he certainly has power. He can drop the barrel. He can get the head through the zone. He's got good bat speed. Just. Tremendous. He's going to be a big contributor to the Musselman program for a couple years, and he's just a pure hitter. He just hits really. He sees the ball well. The ball jumps off his bat, and technically he has a really nice swing. When you look at it, it's short, compact.
This one fouled away by Boyles. Sits in here on a 1-2 count.
He has a
4-2 lead.
He has what they would call a short to it, long through it kind of swing. He gets to the baseball quick, stays through it, drives through the baseball.
Pitch here. Boyles swinging a miss, strike 3. Well, he definitely got a strikeout on him that time, as that will bring Jason Myers to the plate.
Ruiz getting the ball down now. You see those 2 pitches there were lower. He's finding success down there, the bottom part of the zone. First inning the ball was up a good bit.
So Myers comes to the plate. He has a single so far, and he flew out. And Myers will take this one outside for ball 1.
Pearson did a good job trying to frame that, but that was just a little too far outside.
Brett Pedersen.
This one a little bit high there for ball 2. So 2-0 count on Myers.
You've got some names out there. Pedersen and Canarium and a couple others. Benchoff. They got some names that could throw you off a little.
Last year, Gano's name threw me off a little.
This one hit on the ground toward the shortstop, Connor. He throws the first in time for out number 2.
Threw in time to get the speedy Jason Myers. Nice play out there by Connor. The ball stayed down. It was for everybody at home to probably what you would call a worm burner. It didn't ever come up. It just kind of stayed on the ground, and this time of year the ground's a little hard. You expect it to kind of take some hops and to come up for you, but it just stayed down, and Braden stayed through it. And he did have a little double clutch there on the throw, but got his grip and got it across there. Good strong throw. Got Myers coming down the line.
Trevor Bohr, a single and a fly out so far this evening.
It's been a pretty clean game. I mean, except for the ball that got up in Braylon's midsection there, which he could do nothing about. The defense has been really good.
Yeah. Been overall, I think, a well-played game, even though we had all of our runs in the first inning so far. The plate presence and the plate and the hitting has been good. You haven't seen a lot of bad swings or guys necessarily trying to do too much at the plate.
Yeah, that first inning, I mean, both teams stayed behind the baseball, took what the pitchers gave them. Ruiz was up in the zone, and they drove it, and they come back out. Myers was leaving the ball over the plate a little bit, and you've seen Hedgesville stay behind it, get some base hits in the right field, and, get this game close.
The 1 count here on Bohr. This one popped up into right center field. French going back from second, and that one falls in. So I guess we jinxed the defense there. Nobody was able to get to that one.
Hit that Bermuda Triangle. French took off, looked up in the lights, tried to find it. Those are tough plays. One, you're going back. Your outfielders are converging, so you have that little bit of a fear factor of collision. But mostly it's just you're going back, coming off that dirt into that grass. Your head's kind of bobbing. The lights are on. It's just a very tough play to make, especially right there in that Bermuda Triangle.
Ideally, the center fielder gets that one as this one hits off of Peterson, and he tracks it down, but.
Yeah, dirt ball there. He blocked it up. We're going to get a timeout here from Coach Grove. See what Ruiz is right on 80 pitches, so maybe that's his mark. Or maybe he's calling him out and asking him how he feels.
Don't see anybody warming up in the bullpen, though.
Yeah, it could be a field swap or probably just checking on him maybe. Saying, hey, how you feel? What do you think
one
here?
more to get through the inning.
2 outs. Maybe saying, hey, get this out. We'll get you some relief and try to get this win here for you.
4-2 lead in favor of the Musselman Applemen.
You'd like to have seen, of course, if Coach Grove if he can get this out, and then Hedgesville can get a couple runs, that would put him in for a no decision or possibly a win. Right now he comes out, he gets a no decision or a loss at this point, so he's one out away from giving his team an opportunity to bat, and here in the bottom of the 5th, as him as a pitcher of record.
Stevens digs in on the 1-0 pitch, and it comes from Ruiz, and it's fouled away there by Dylan Stevens, the third baseman. Had a walk and a ground out into a fielder's choice his last time up.
And Ruiz, he's not a power pitcher. He throws the ball up there, utilizes his movement and his size and location to get outs. But I've never, the years we've dealt with him, and haven't really heard much of him complaining about arm injury or soreness.
Coach Grove said the same thing. Not a guy that typically has that issue. So 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Ruiz fouled away. Even the count here on Dylan Stevens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trevor Bohr standing on second base. The Applemen looking to add 2. It's 4-2 lead over the Hedgesville Eagles.
A guy like Ruiz has what you would call a sneaky fastball. Uses his all-speed pitches to set up his fastball as the other way around. He'll be away at 73, 74 mile an hour, then come in 80 at your knees, and it looks like it's coming 100.
Just different styles of pitching as Stevens fouls that one off, and that's typically what you see from a guy that doesn't throw, in the upper 80s at this level at least.
And we've seen Lupus last night successful. I mean, I'm sure he was setting 78, 80, 81 probably. Nothing crazy below, but hitting spots, hooked up with the umpire, and getting outs.
This one, a swing and a miss, strike 3. Stevens frustrated after that one. He strikes out on a tough pitch from Jackson Ruiz. Might be the end of his night. He recovered after a slow start. And our score is still Musselman 4, Hedgesville 2. We'll head to the bottom half of the fifth with the Eagles bats coming to the plate. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're banging 60.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Hedgesville. Jason Myers remaining on the mound for the Applemen as Chris French comes to the plate for Hedgesville. French, Nichols, and then Matthew Duop for the Hedgesville Eagles. As we begin the bottom half of the fifth inning. French takes the first pitch for a called strike at the knees.
Trip littering out the press box here.
I was throwing a little water bottle at my buddy Scott Jenkins down there.
French hits this one into left field, but good read on it from Carter, and he makes the play for out number one.
Yeah, French got a good hack at that one. Anywhere but right at Carter, he gets a base hit there, and but right at him, he's come in a few steps, made a nice play.
That will bring Nichols to the play. Nichols had that RBI single back in the first. He grounded out his last time, and he takes that one below the knees for ball one. Mike Nichols, certainly a kid with some power here, coming to the plate. Awaits the pitch here from Myers, and that one a little bit low.
Big Mike up there. We've seen him leave the yard here a few times. This is his favorite place to hit. And you can see he just no fear in that box.
2-0 count on Nichols. The pitch from Myers inside and low for ball three. So
a lot of guys like to hit in this park. When we had Coach Grove on last summer after Chase DeLauder got drafted, he was talking about during well, he probably shouldn't have told us this, but during COVID lockdown, he went out here and Chase was slamming balls into the neighborhood.
This one low for ball four.
No comment.
Well, knowing what we know now, being outside wasn't a huge deal necessarily during COVID. So,
plus they were definitely
maybe at
socially
the time
distanced.
It wasn't what you were supposed to be doing, but knowing what we know now, it's probably not that big of a deal.
Appeared they were socially distanced though.
Well, I think so. One guy's pitching, one guy's hitting.
Yeah, and then
one guy was down the neighborhood collecting balls, banging off cars.
Yeah, that was apparently what was going on, right?
I think the police were called. If I remember that story correctly.
The police made an appearance to make sure that they weren't hitting from second base.
Matthew sends a slow roller toward short. Nobody able, though, to really field it cleanly between Stevens and Hartman.
Ball got under Stevens' glove there. I'm not sure if it got a little bit of a bad angle. I'm not sure if an error on Stevens. He was looking to make a throw, or if it just took a bad hop down there. But through him, Hartman was there on the backup as he come around that 5-6 hole, and but he had no throw there. Looks like they're going to pinch a run for Big Mike with number 4. Bench off. I believe he's going to enter the game here at this moment.
Yep, It'll be bench off in for Mike Nichols. Get a little bit more speed out there on the base pass for Jackson Rest, who can now really help himself out, because probably his last inning of work was that last half inning, it looked like, at least based on Coach Grove coming out and talking to him right before he got the final out. So bunt here from Ruest, and it's perfect. Dylan Stevens, though, with a great charge and throw, not in time. The bases are loaded now for Hedgesville, as Ruest will reach on an infield single.
Great bunt there by Ruest. A great play by Dylan as he recovered. Man on first and second, Dylan has to stay back, but when that ball was bunted hard enough, he knew he had to come, and he couldn't stay back. You have to make a split decision. You're going to stay back and try to get the throw there for the force out, or is it bunted hard enough up that line that you have to make a play? Dylan Stevens made the decision to come hard, and they threw on the run, and I thought he might have gotten Ruest. It was a close play, but Buck Hoffmaster out there give us the safe call, and now we got bases loaded, one out, and we've got Jason Myers here in a little bit of a Jambo construction jam.
And can he get out of it? Canarium to the plate. He hits this one down the third baseline, but foul and off of his foot as well. So
walk that one off.
What Canarium can do, he singled and flew out the center so far.
Well, I would probably put that as a line out in the book. He actually hit that ball hard into center field. It was an ending play, so he kind of cut away. Couldn't comment on it much, but he hit that ball hard to center field right at Kyle Lohr. And right now he's fighting a little bit of, I think he got one off the instep. So he can hit the ball like he did the last time on the nose and find a gap. He could clear these bases.
Coach Grove trying to see if he's all right here to continue. They're going to have him jog down to third and back. Since obviously here with one out, you want him to be at 100%. And now take a look at his swing as well.
He's giving Coach Grove the thumbs up.
Yep, appears to be all right. So bases loaded for the Hedgesville Eagles, who trail Musselman 4-2.
It's important that he can run. Coach Grove did a nice job there because the double plays in effect here. And so we got the corners up and the middle back.
This one low for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases are loaded.
Ball just missed.
We haven't had a run since the first inning. Canarium and Hedgesville would love to end that here with a 4-2 lead for Musselman. Benchoff takes his lead off third base. The throw, a swing and a miss on that pitch. Canarium, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Canarium followed by Elliott, who stands in that on-deck circle. The 2-2. Canarium hits this one into shallow center field, making the play on the run. Was the second baseman Moberly. Looked like maybe him and Hartman collided out there in shallow center.
Certainly an opportunity to tag up there that they didn't capitalize on, as the pinch runner Benchoff didn't come home on that. So I know he's a little frustrated with that. And both...
It would have definitely been a tough play from Moberly, as him and Hartman kind of running into each other.
Great play by Moberly. Hedgesville could have, should he have taken off home, might have drew a throw and allowed Matthews to move up, maybe even Ruest. So, but when no one moves, it makes it easy for Moberly to gather himself and just get it back to the pitcher. So Hedgesville missed an opportunity to put some pressure on Hedgesville's defense there after the nice play by Moberly on the fly out.
Elliott so far, a ground out and a walk on the evening. 1-1 count here.
Moberly went to the ground.
Yeah.
So, I think the opportunity to score was there, and just missed an opportunity there. It may haunt him.
Yeah, maybe your initial thought there wasn't the tag up because of it being that shallow hit ball, but really any ball in the air, you want to at least wait on it.
Certainly with the one out, you're being told anything in the air, you're tagging anything, foul, fair, wherever, deep, short. When it trajectory's up, you're tagging in that situation no matter what.
That one a called strike on the outside corner. 2 strikes here on Mason Elliott. Bases still loaded, but 2 down. Can Myers get out of the jam? The pitch, fouled away. Jason Myers bends down to pick up his hat, fix the hair, and readjust. The base is loaded.
Our hat counter is at like 5 this game, and earlier in the outfield there's 2 guys at one time.
Thank you, Spencer, for that factoid.
He's full of fun facts.
He is. That was an excellent pitch from Myers. He freezes Mason Elliott on the curveball, looked like, for strike number 3. And we head to the 6th. Musselman still leading Hedgesville 4-2. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 60.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
We welcome you back to Hedgesville. Jackson Ruess remains out there on the mound for the Eagles with a 4-2 lead for Musselman. So 4-2 deficit here for Hedgesville.
That curveball working a little bit there for Ruess. You see it comes in the last 20 feet there. He has that little hook, and then he has a sweeping curveball as well. He might call that one his gutter or his fork ball, or maybe it's his 5th pitch. The claw.
It'll be McClintock, Chansey, Moberly to lead things off here for the Applemen. They're going to extend that lead as we begin this 6th inning.
Yeah, that was
catching.
A tough inning there for Hedgesville, leaving those men on base with the bases loaded and 1 out. Is going to could possibly hurt, and it would certainly be something that they'll be addressing.
RBI double for McClintock his first time up, second time struck out. Check swing there, and he did not go around, so ball 1. The 1-0. Taken for a called strike at the knees, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Looks like on the softball side of things tonight between these 2 teams, Hedgesville up 22-8, top of the 5th inning, 2 outs. Kelsey Van Dyne in the circle.
Hedgesville's got a good, really good softball program over there.
Yeah, make that in middle of the 5th inning now as a ground out to first.
Beautiful facility, it's just when you drive by there, it's just look at those lights and right off the field.
McClintock hits this one into right field. That gets down for a base hit. His 2nd hit of the evening. Had a double back in the first, that RBI double to extend the lead from 3-0 to 4-0 at the time. And here a leadoff single to begin their half of the 6th.
And that just went final there, 22-8.
Looks like Ratter Gans is in to pinch run or to run. He's entered the game here.
So I'll bring Chansey to the plate with a runner on first, and Ruess looking into his catcher, looking to work his way out of the inning. Chansey shows bunt but pulls it back.
If my wife's listening, that's not me sniffling, that's Spencer. She got on me last night for sniffling on the air and telling me to take some medicine before we go on, things like that.
You should.
It's not me, it's you.
You were doing it too.
Throw over to first. Not in time. Well, it is not me, though, at all.
It's not.
Which is wild because Nick and I are roommates.
Just built different.
Nick drinks the hard stuff. Kills all them germs.
Chancey shows bunt. It goes foul. 0-2. Coach Hartman talked to us about how this team has kind of turned things around. I mean, 0-3, but like you said, Tripp, they played a tough schedule. So a big part of it has been the small ball.
Mm-hmm.
Here, though, Chancey falls behind 0-2 on his bunt attempts.
Trying to get that insurance run. Great.
And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Ruess gets another strikeout here.
I totally agree with the call as far as trying to get that bunt down there. Got to try to move that runner some way or another. Chancey, not the speediest of runners, so he's in.
Lively coming in.
He could get hit himself into a double play and kill the inning. So I think it was a good idea. Just didn't get the bunt down. Wyatt Levy now coming in.
Levy to the plate with one out here in the inning. Key pinch hitter on this team, but he pops this one up. Ruess calling it off completely, but his catcher Pedersen said, I'll just catch it anyway.
So Levy was in for one pitch, hitting for Moberly. I'm not sure if I don't see him entering and playing second base, so maybe it was just a re-entry, a pinch hit situation.
Ruess sitting now at 94 pitches.
Now quickly, 2 down in the inning after that leadoff single from McClintock. So we'll see if Kyle Lohr can get things going back to the top of the order. Throw over, not in time, just keeping McClintock close over there at first.
Lohr's got that hand to the helmet. It's his little
pitch hitting in front of the plate. That allows McClintock to take what would have been a stolen base attempt easily there.
I think it got Pedersen on the hand. Got in the dirt. Pedersen took it off the hand.
We'll check on him.
I think the umpire's going to have him checked on. Maybe could have lacerated it. Possibly maybe hit that fingernail.
That doesn't feel good.
No, I think he's going to have to get a Band-Aid on it or something. It's not coming out of the game, I don't believe, but they just have to get stove. I think they're going to try to find a Band-Aid over there for it. But, yeah, I mean, Coach Hartman's doing what he can over there. Tip your hat to him for trying, anything he can to get this insurance run in. He tried to get the bunt down, bunt signal down, went for the pinch hitter with Levy, who had an opportunity who can get the ball in the gap, as opposed to the more of the punch hitter, single kind of guy with Moberly. And now he's, the stolen base that ended up being the wild pitch, but he was going on the pitch. So we got Pedersen back in. We're reset, and at this 1-0 count here on Lohr as he checks that helmet. Now he's ready to go.
Runner takes his lead off second. The pitch to Lohr, called strike 1. Good pitch there from Jackson Ruess. The way this one started, I don't know if we both thought that Ruess and Myers would still be in here in the 6th inning, but they have recovered. Kyle Lohr will send this one into center field. McClintock's on his horse. He's rounding third. The throw home, not in time.
It was a good relay there to Mike Nichols, and I think the ball got caught in that big first baseman's glove as he wasn't able to get it out as quick as possible. As soon as the ball came from, it was a one hop to Gano. He had a shot at throwing him out at home for sure. He got the ball to Nichols, and Nichols got the ball. I think at that point he had a shot, but just kind of got hung up in Big Mike's glove, and he wasn't able to get that ball out quick enough to get the throw home to Pedersen. Gans slid home. Ryder Gans.
Yeah, good job by Gans there to come in. Courtesy running for McClintock. Now a throw down on Kyle Lohr. Stolen base attempt. A great throw by Pedersen to get out number 3, but not before. Musselman extends its lead out to 5-2. We head to the bottom of the 6th. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR TV 10. We're back at 60.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back here to Musselman High School, or to Hedgesville. Musselman leading Hedgesville 5-2. We're not at really any high school. We're closer to an elementary school.
And a middle school. Middle school, elementary school.
Neighborhood.
We're down over the hill.
At Hedgesville.
We're near the 7-Eleven.
There you go.
We're at the Hedgesville complex
of baseball. But Landon Pence will lead things off.
Landon Pence coming in.
He was on a basketball team as well.
Take this one low for a ball. Pence hitting here for Wolf, I believe it was.
Yeah, Wolf. Wolf had a couple Ks tonight, so he's not having a great night against Myers. So,
and Pence hits it hard on the ground. Hartman with the dive to stop it. The throw to first will not be in time.
He wasn't 100% sure if he had it, I don't think. He had jumped up and found it there in that glove, but one heck of a play up the middle there by Hartman. And then he got caught up in that dirt. Come up throwing, and he almost got Pence.
Pence gets that leadoff single, though, and Gage Gano will come to the plate. He's had a pair of strikeouts here tonight. And a quick throw over. Good move from Myers with Pence being just into the game. Might be kind of not on his A game completely. And Myers goes with a quick throw over, but Pence does slide back in safely.
Yeah, sophomore.
Gano squares around a bunt. He can hit for a bunt. And Dylan Stevens throws it from third in time for out number one.
Not many people do much better. Him and Dylan Stevens throws on the run. Braylon Connor throws on the run well. And, even Hartman throws on the run, but a lot of young men can do that, throw off their throwing foot and be accurate, but Dylan's really good at it, and he's really good at it, and you'll haven't seen it tonight, but Braylon Connor can make that throw as well pretty well. As well as a couple of guys over in Martinsburg.
This one fouled away by Connor.
Buber and Oviedo, both middle guys over there that when you see them taking in and out, they're very accurate with that throw as well.
And certainly you mentioned Buber, and Buber and Michael Lupus certainly have an argument, but you could definitely say that Stevens and Hartman, the best shortstop third baseman combo in the EPAC. With their arm strength.
There's some good ones.
Defensive ability.
Yep.
Both of them being able to pitch as well, and a lot of versatility over there between those two. But runner advances the third on a wild pitch. Or pass ball. 1-1 count here on Connor. He takes that one outside for ball two.
Pavanelli and Hefner last night did a nice job. You got, just got some really good combinations on that side of the field in the EPAC.
2-1 count. Pitch to Connor here a little bit low for ball three.
Caden Compton down there at Spring Mills has held down that shortstop position, it feels like, for 4 or 5 years. Just seems like the young man's been there for a while and been maybe at least a 3-year starter down there.
The 3-1 pitch to Connor. Gets away for ball four, but staying put is Landon Pence. As McClintock was able to chase it down. So runners on the corners, one down. Chris French to the plate as Connor draws the walk.
Connor been on base 3 out of the 4 times tonight in that leadoff position. Hedgesville needs 3 runs here, so probably unless they're bunting for base hits. But he's up in the box, way up in the box.
Connor takes off, and they got him trapped out there, but that can allow Pence to come home to
they're
score.
not worried about him.
They'll let that run score and now try to get this out on the rundown
they threw
situation.
it too quick.
This would work out well for Hedgesville if they can get their runner back safely. Good job by the catcher, McClintock, and Connor is tagged out there at first base. But you do get the run, so for Musselman, I mean, you trade the out for the run. Hedgesville was still another inning. It's not the end of the world. You don't want to strand that runner at third base.
Yeah, they certainly didn't want that to happen. I mean, the 3-1 is still legal here in high school. Musselman did a good job running the 3-1, and Myers did a great job just going to get the out. I mean, you know, that he turned like he was going to throw home, and I was like, oh no. You know, at this situation, you want that out. I mean, if they're going to give you that out at home, you take it. But it was way too close.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to throw it away there, and then
no, you don't want to get anybody. You want to get somebody out there, right. You know. So they opted to give up the run for the out. Now if bases are cleared, and we're back to a 2-run game.
5-3 our score. Musselman on top, French at the plate, and he'll take that one outside for a ball.
You tip your cap to Myers on that, and the 3-1's the right call there to see if he'll go, and then to go after him and to make up your mind you're going to give up the run for the out.
This one fouled away.
Got away with that one. Ball got up. Up in French's eyes, he was able to get a bat on it there. A little more down, he could have pushed that one into right field.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. The pitch to French. Hit hard on the ground towards short. Hartman scoops it. Throws to first in time for the final out of the inning. So Hedgesville finds a way to score a run on kind of an unconventional way, but does get back on the board. The two teams trade runs in the 6th. It is Musselman 5, Hedgesville 3 as we head to the 7th. It's West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Charlestown and Spring Mills now offers same-day appointments. No referral is needed unless required by your insurance carrier. WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine offers the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't. For same-day appointments at WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, call 304-725-BONE.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
We welcome you back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Musselman 5, Hedgesville 3. Baden Hartman to lead things off. It will be Hartman, Boyles, Myers due up for the Applemen trip as they look to add some insurance runs, and Jackson Rest staying out there, so he's going to go his full 110, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think he's pushing around 97 pitches here at this pitch, and that'll leave him with about 13 to go.
Not a bad idea in a way, because he wasn't probably going to pitch for you until next week anyway at this point.
Pitch here misses outside for a ball, 2-0 count. For Musselman, you're in a solid position in the lineup. Not that, we talked about before, they have a pretty good lineup throughout. So, and Hartman sends a rocket out toward deep left center field. Gano trying to get to it. It's over his head, and Baden Hartman with a lead-off double to try to add those insurance runs. The senior Hartman, we've seen a few hits from him where he just cranks one out to left center.
Yeah, he lined out to the second baseman, had a base hit, earlier in the game, and then that ball that hit real hard at shortstop. Now this double there, so he's coming alive a little bit. He's been, not necessarily himself here early, but basketball had him away from the cages, away from his probably away from the pitcher's mound a little bit in his bullpen. So, I believe he'll get fired up here and lead this offense in a lot of offensive categories by the end of the year.
Taryn Boyles to the plate. Hartman led off the season, though, with that double to begin the game against Light Ridge, but he takes this one high, does Boyles for ball 2. So 2-0 count on Taryn Boyles. Musselman looking to add some insurance runs here in the top half of the 7th, up 5-3 over the Hedgesville Eagles. Ruiz delivers the next pitch to Boyles low for a ball, so Taryn has worked to a 3-0 count.
You got to be careful here. I mean, you don't want to go down. 2 runs going into the 7th, but 3 is every run you give away here makes it harder and harder to get back. And you got to be careful here, but you don't want to.
Boyles walks.
You don't want to just keep putting men on base. That's not a terrible thing. First base was open, here, but Musselman has Myers coming, and maybe they're going to go ahead and give Jackson. Jackson talk to him a little bit. Looks like they're going to let Tanner warm up out there in the right field, maybe a little bit.
Yep, that seems to be the case as Matthew starts to throw a little bit. As with the mound visit, we got a 5-3 lead for the Applemen, 2 on. Myers at the plate. This is a good situation if you're Musselman to add those insurance runs.
Yeah, typically you may bunt in this situation, but Myers has power, and not your typical bunter, but he has swung the hot bat here for Musselman, so I'd expect him to swing away here. Any other time, maybe anybody else in that lineup, maybe be putting the ball down on the ground, but not the hot-handed Myers with that kind of power with a 2-run lead, so look for him to be swinging away, even though I think Big Mike will play up just in case, he just has to lay one down and move these runners over.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting situation. You do have Trevor Bohr in the on-deck circle. He has 2 hits tonight, so.
Yeah, Musselman has a lot of options here at this point. Nobody out. So maybe try to make this inning as long as possible. Not give up an out.
Throw back towards second, not in time. But coming off of a walk, at least I think you say Myers, wait till you get a strike. As he falls behind. 1-0 count here on Jason Myers.
Well, I can tell you Myers is going to hit the first strike he likes.
The 1-0 pitch. Called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jason Myers. Runners on first and second for the Applemen. Hartman leading off the single with the double. And then a walk from Taryn Boyles. 1 ball, 1 strike count. 5-3 lead for the Applemen, top half of the 7th. And then Myers does show that bunt. Can't get it down, though, and pulls it back 1-2 count.
He didn't pull it back in time. Right. It wasn't what you would call a sacrifice bunt. He showed late and was going to push it up that line. And not something you typically see from Myers, and kind of bunted.
Have the speed to do that.
Kind of bunted through it.
1-2 pitch to Myers, ripped into center field. Connor did not get to it. It falls for a base hit, and the bases are loaded for the Musselman Applemen, in a great situation for Trevor Bohr to add some runs.
I believe Connor.
I think Russ is going to get the hook here.
I think Connor could have got to it. I think he got to it. I just think he was just shadowed, and he was covered there by the base runner, and he just couldn't get a good bead on it with the base runner there.
I thought for a second that he was going to snag it in.
Yeah, I think he got past it a little bit.
Got, a double or triple play even there with how
looks like we're going to do a straight
Musselman
switch.
Took off right immediately, and Russ going to head out toward center, but I believe he'll move over to right, and then I think Tanner Maffey's going to go to center.
Gage is going to come in. It looks like he's going to go straight to center for Ruiz. Straight switch, probably. But, yeah, that was a pretty good job there by Hartman to kind of watch the ball and read that line drive, make sure it got through and not get doubled up. But in doing so, he shielded Connor from the ball there, and I think it caused him to not be able to get a read on it there as it came through the infield.
Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break. When we return, we'll give you the pitching change. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You've been in an accident. The choice of a lawyer may be the biggest decision you make for you and your family's future. At Mansion Ferretti, we offer a free consultation and no fees until we win your case. Call us today and protect your future. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville as our pitching change. Gage Gano is going to come on. Our pitching changes are brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. Trip. Gage Gano coming on for the Hedgesville Eagles.
Yeah, Gage, right-hander, got a little whip on it, a little velo for that, for his size there. Changes arm angles there and uses that to his advantage to get hitters out. He's thrown, for Hedgesville in the past. I'm not sure don't know if he has any stats yet this year, but haven't followed up on it too much. Certainly can get the job done.
Yeah, and Jackson Rush closes out the night. 109 pitches, 71 for strikes, 6 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. His first start of the season.
So Trevor Bohr coming to the plate. Bohr to hit with the bases loaded. Hedgesville in on the grass looking to play home plate here. Obviously down by 2, so you don't want to fall behind anymore if you can avoid it. With the bases loaded for Trevor Bohr, who has 2 hits tonight. And now it's a righty versus lefty matchup. But Bohr has hit Ruest well from the left side, so that hasn't really played too much of a factor so far tonight.
Bohr's seen the ball pretty well. I'm not sure it bothers him, one way or the other at this level, righty or lefty. But these guys, see more right-handers.
The 1-0, called strike at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Trevor Bohr.
See the infield's pulled up. Hedgesville's not wanting to give up any runs. They're going to cut home with a ground ball and going to try for the out at home. And then hopefully back up into double play depth if they can get that to work for them.
Pitch to Bohr low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. 5-3 lead for the Applemen, top half of the 7th. No outs, bases loaded for Musselman.
You just see Gage out there throwing about 3/4. He's definitely not an over-the-top kind of guy. He kind of has the baseball, comes around his body, and gets a little 3/4 on him.
That one popped foul and out of play. 2 strikes now on Trevor Bohr. Hartman down there at third. He led off the inning with the double, a walk from Taryn Boyles, and a single from Jason Myers has the bases loaded here for Musselman. A 2-2 count on Trevor Bohr, the number 5 hitter in the lineup, the right fielder. They're going to come through here for the Applemen and extend this 5-3 lead in the top half of the 7th. The pitch to Bohr, low for a ball. Full count on Trevor Bohr. He can draw a walk and score that run if necessary.
Big pitch here. I mean, Gage has to come to him. We can't walk in a run. And Bohr's going to be sitting on something here to try to lift and drive and get it over the infielders' heads.
3-2 pitch from Gano. The pitch. Bohr swing and a miss, strike 3. Gano gets the strikeout on the full count pitch, first out of the inning. And that will bring Dylan Stevens to the plate.
Could allow the defense to move back and double play depth. At the moment, they're still up. They're kind of, as Chris French and Braden Connor are looking in, but they're both staying. They're all staying up. They're going to continue to stay up. Not play for the double play. They'll play for the out at home.
Dylan Stevens to the plate. Stevens so far, he's walked, grounded into a fielder's choice, and struck out. He's had a good day defensively for the Applemen. The bases are loaded, 1 down in the inning. Gano looks into his catcher, Pedersen. And delivers. And a swing and a miss. Strike one. Tough angle on that pitch to make contact with.
It was a big-time pitch last, the last batter to bore 3-2. I mean, that could have make or break the game there, given, Musselman a 3-run lead with a, walk or anything that can get over the infielder's head, even to the outfield. But Gage hung in there, threw a strike, and had Bohr hacking away at it.
Next pitch here, fouled away by Dylan Stevens.
Gano's quickly up here working. Ahead now. He can throw his pitch. You maybe try to waste a pitch, but you got to watch wasting pitches in the dirt with bases loaded, so he has to stay, up in the zone. He can't afford a pass ball or a wild pitch here. So, a curveball in the dirt at this moment maybe not be the pitch that you're looking. You have to stay, around the strike zone, something the catcher can handle.
0-2 count with one down. The pitch. Check swing from Stevens. He did not go around. And takes that one for ball one, 1-2 count. That's the right kind of pitch, though, I think, if you're going to waste one from
Yeah, he wants to waste it, but he doesn't want to get it down to where Pedersen can't handle it. They wanted a check swing call down there, but Buck Huffmatch was over, in behind the pitcher there on the other side of second base in that position, and he just can't see that like he would be if he was at first base, in that position, in the one position or the A.
That froze Dylan Stevens for strike three. And that will bring McClintock to the plate. He's had a good night. Single and a double and an RBI here tonight for McClintock. The bases are loaded with two down, but Gano comes right in and gets two strikeouts. Yeah. That one freezing Stevens at the plate.
Yeah, great job here. He's in this Jambo Jam here, and he really done a great job of getting these guys out and keeping it close for his team. One more out to go, and give his team a little momentum going to the bottom of the seventh. Even though they're down two, this could really give them a lift that they need to, to try to get a couple runs there and get a comeback here. Maybe tie this thing up and go 13, 14 innings. You never know.
Good.
We got a lot of advertisers to get in.
It's true. McClintock, he'll swing through that one for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike on McClintock. As we said, he's had a good game. Musselman would love for him to come through here and extend this 5-3 lead to try to prevent those 14 innings that Tripp is calling for over here.
It's like a snowstorm. Some people love it and some people hate it, right?
This one hit hard on the ground. That will get through into left field. 1 run is in to score. Second one coming around to the plate for the Applemen as Hartman and Boyle score from second and third. McClintock with a 3-hit night and a 3 RBI night as well.
Him and Boyles and Myers could, fighting it out here for the player of the game at the moment if they can keep this lead.
7-3 now. Musselman on top of Hedgesville. You got that courtesy runner coming on as well.
And you got to feel for Gage a little bit. I mean, that ball wasn't hit that hard, just found the hole. Just got past a diving. Braylon Connor did all he could to keep it on the infield, at least save 1 run. And at that point, it's like Seitz is going to hit.
Yep, Aiden Seitz coming in to hit for the Applemen.
Connor Chauncey.
Yep. Aiden Seitz, the Spring Mills transfer.
So Musselman looking to add even more, and Seitz hits this one into left center. That will get down for a base hit. Runner coming around to the plate. The throw home over the head of the catcher, Pedersen. And Aiden Seitz comes through for an RBI single. It is 8-3 Musselman. First pitch, Seitz sees, and he sends it to left center field to extend this Appleman lead.
Appleman busting it open right now.
Seitz looks hurt again. We've seen him up at Musselman take a big swing and then hold that shoulder here. He's 1 pitch, 1 swing. But, back to that, the ball that got through to McClintock, Gage Gano was so close to, after 2 big strikeouts, and he got the ground ball that he needed with a, he could get it out at any base, and it just snuck through. And then sometimes that's all it takes to give the other team, momentum. But, great job coming in, even though he didn't get quite the, the results that he wanted there at the end.
This one taken for strike one here. That's Moberly coming back into the game in that last half inning, and now he'll hit for himself with 2 on and 2 down, an 8-3 lead now for Musselman. 3 runs coming here in the top half of the 7th, and Moberly fouls that one away. Car alarm going off in the background.
I think there might have been an ambulance.
I don't know. It just seems to not really be moving on, so unless the ambulance is...
No, it is an
ambulance.
ambulance.
An ambulance. Okay.
Just saw the lights.
Mm-hmm. Still kind of some sort of car alarm.
Okay, Nick.
Pedersen got dinged up a little bit, and umpire Jeff King was stepping off the plate, giving him a little chance to gather himself.
2 on, 2 out. 8-3 Applemen. The pitch to number 2, Moberly, is outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third for the Applemen, who have really seemed to found their mojo here tonight.
Really the last 3 games.
The pitch. Check swing. Did not go around.
The fans for the Hedgesville Eagles seem to think that he went. I heard 5 different people say he went.
Well, they're watching the game through Eagle vision,
Yeah.
Spencer. They're not watching it from a unbiased eye.
Yeah, Musselman said no, he didn't. 6 of them said it, so they won.
They outvoted.
Mm-hmm.
2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Moberly goes down on that one, but Musselman adds 3. It's 8-3. Applemen on top. We will head to the bottom half of the 7th, see if Hedgesville has any fight left in them. It's West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market.
Catch the excitement of the West Virginia High School baseball and softball seasons on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hit it into left field, and that'll drop. Coming around is Sifford, and the ball is going to slow up, and he's going to score, and Martinsburg's going to walk it off and get the win.
We have over 25 games scheduled featuring the schools in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Every game will be live right here on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, and our WRNR TV YouTube page. We welcome you back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. T-Money, Trevor Bohr coming out here to start this bottom half of the 7th, looking to get the save.
T-Money coming out to the mound.
Well, not really a safe situation, I suppose, with a 5-run lead, but
it was a safe situation until the top half of the inning.
Myers went 6 innings, give up 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, and 7 strikeouts.
Small Insurance Group, your pitching change is brought to you by them.
Myers also has a couple hits tonight. He has 2 hits. Wyatt McClintock has 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Seitz has a hit and an RBI.
Be a tough decision for you, Tripp, if Musselman's able to hold on and who you decide to go with for that player of the game. But as Spencer mentioned, our pitching changes are brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance and Martinsburg, your total insurance solution. At 121 Administrative Drive, the pitch here from Trevor Bohr, taken outside for ball 1 to Mike Nichols. You can give him a call at 304-263-3361. Next pitch to Nichols, lifted, got under it out there in left center. Kyle Lohr trying to track it down and make the catch for out number 1.
He hit it a mile high.
That'll bring Tanner Matthew to the plate.
Tries to wake everybody up.
Trying to wake up those Hedgesville bats. Looking for a 5-run inning here. We did learn that Lane Delauder's out of the lineup tonight because he has a possible injury, maybe a little
whiplash,
neck injury, whiplash from gossip says that he was in maybe a little bit of an accident, slow Nothing on the highway, maybe a parking lot.
Fender bender.
Fender bender sounds good.
I would not say accident. I'd say fender bender.
Good to know, though. He'll be okay.
Yeah, I think he's fine. Just precautionary a little bit.
Rather have him for the long term than try to go out and something happens.
Mm-hmm.
Tanner Matthews sits in here on a 1-1 count. The pitch to Matthew hit hard toward right center or right field. That will get down for a base hit, and Matthew has a 1-out single here in the 7th.
Seemed to come off the end of the bat there, Trip.
Yeah, he corked that one out there. He capped it. Sorry about that, and he got a flare out there, and got this maybe getting this train rolling a little bit. We can't ever go to 14 innings if we don't ever get an extra inning game.
That's very true. We'll have softball tomorrow for you here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 as the defending state champion. Jefferson Cougars in action against the Washington Patriots at Jefferson. Should be a really good one. Washington and Jefferson had a great sectional battle there last season, so should be fun. It's softball. Trevor Bohr trying to close this one out for Musselman, who has an 8-3 lead over the Hedgesville Eagles. Jackson Ruess will take that one for a ball. Tanner Matthews standing on first base. Eagles trying to rally here in the bottom half of the 7th. Bohr looks over toward first and delivers. Now on a call and strike.
There won't be a Friday airing because Martinsburg's moved their game up with Spring Mills till tomorrow night. Jefferson's moved their games up, so we have a lot of Friday night games being moved up to Thursday because of the impending rain, and these guys don't want to get into a lot of makeup games, especially the EPAC.
I believe Hedgesville will be at Greenbrier East for a Friday-Saturday double dip.
You don't want to do it here because I think we're going to get rained.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow, too. Hopefully it holds off.
1-2 count here. Less of a chance tomorrow, though, than Friday, so that's why you see the move to tomorrow. 1-2 count. We'll be setting up for the home show Friday night.
Friday afternoon.
Yeah, Friday.
Where's No Trip Flooring at the home show?
Ground ball hit towards second. Throw over to second is in time for the out there from Moberly.
We did the home show for years and years, carried a lot of that stuff in there, and it's a great thing. Believe me, I'm not, you a lot of leads, a lot of things, it's just, it's a full weekend of moving. There's a lot of
big commitment there.
It's a big commitment, and I think they're charging a couple dollars this year, or used to be in the mall where they just kind of walk through and we get a lot of people who were a lot of free estimates created a lot of work after the show as well to keep up with. It didn't pan out, but certainly a great thing for small businesses. I would, if I was starting up a business, I would certainly be there.
Here's the pitch, fouled away by Kennerman. Trying to get something going here for Hedgesville with Tanner Matthews standing on first base, 2 down in the inning, a 1-1 count. 8-3 our score in favor.
Maybe I can come in and do some color for you guys. I know a lot of those businessmen in there. I can color commentate the home show.
Have to ask Mike Hornby and Rob Mario about that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Mary Beth Blair will be on Sunday.
The 1-1 pitch. Check swing, doesn't go around. Taken for a ball there by
the Eastern Panhandle Builder Association. Do a great job there, and it's a beautiful, picturesque place. Martinsburg is, they've got a lot of free parking down there, so you can take it in. It's a beautiful thing.
Down there at the Roundhouse. 3-1 count here on Nerium.
You know who's the president of the Home Builder Association?
Knowles, isn't it?
Yeah, the very man who threw out the first pitch last night.
Yeah, he was on me too about not being there, so I'll have to going to have to do a walkthrough.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. The pitch from Bohr is crushed down the left field line, but right there is Carter for out number 3. And Musselman, after starting the season 0-3, is now 3-3. The Applemen get a crucial win over Hedgesville, knocked off Washington last night. And Tripp, this is starting to look more like the team we expected, and we knew it was a tough start in terms of the schedule for the season, but this team playing well right now.
Yeah, they're playing really well. I mean, like I said, the schedule that they started off with is tough, and to come out of there, 2-1 or 1-2, would have been something to hang your hat on. But coming out of there 0-3, a little bit scary. But these guys, they just stayed with it. I talked to them a little bit. I know a lot of the guys up there, and they didn't seem too much worse for the wear. They knew they were going to heat up, and they were staying confident. So, Coach Hartman did a great job keeping the dugout up, moving some people around, and working with those guys, and keeping their as far as the psychological part of the game, those guys hadn't really lost their edge or felt like they were out of it by any means. So, and you see them here, coming in and getting it done here, getting their first EPAC win.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have the post-game show. We will hear from Coach Hartman along with our player of the game. And this is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10. We're back in 2 minutes.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details. The game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the post-game show. So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville, the Hedgesville Baseball Complex, as the Musselman Applemen get the win 8-3 over the Hedgesville Eagles. We will now await Spencer. Looks like he's got Jason Myers, and then Coach Hartman as well, and we will send it down to him here momentarily with our player of the game. And let's go ahead and send it to Spencer with Jason.
Down here with Jason Myers, our player of the game tonight. He had a heck of a day on the mound and started out tough to begin things, but you were able to settle in.
Yeah, I just had to start trusting the fastball. Everything, I was kind of rushing a little bit. Things started getting away from me. I just had to settle in. It ended up working out.
The offense came alive for you guys tonight. It seems like the offense kind of last week when we had your game against Light Ridge, the offense was there. It just wasn't there the whole time.
Yeah, we just need to start out hot. Every time that we get on them early, we sort of continue it throughout the game. It's just, we just got to start good and finish good. We just got to go throughout the whole game. Sometimes we slow down, but today was good.
And, you guys able to win 3 straight games now, back-to-back EPAC games the last couple nights. After the tough start you guys had, how's it feel and kind of taking that momentum forward?
Oh, it feels great. I would have never imagined this team's going to be 0-3, but coming back to 500, it feels good. It feels good. We're gonna win.
Thanks for the time. Congrats on the player of the game.
Thank you.
Waiting for Coach Hartman here as he's going to come over now. Coach, 3 straight wins after the tough 0-3 start. What do you credit your club?
It's a good bounce back week, that's for certain. Starting pitching. You guys have eaten all 3 of those wins. Went to the 6th, 7th inning, all 3 of those out. And if my starting pitchers can do that, we have an opportunity in every single game we play.
Talk about starting pitching. Jason Myers on the mound tonight. Settled in after a couple runs in that bottom of the first inning, but 7 strikeouts for him tonight. Obviously, he's a player that you're going to rely on heavily in the rotation this year. What does he mean to your team?
He's the leader on the team. He's leading the team in batting average. Big hits tonight, big hits all year for us. We did this thing on the mound tonight. We've been waiting on that. And no doubt if we can get him going and all the other pitchers going, we're going to have a pretty good season.
And, the offense came alive early and late in this one, obviously. You got to credit Jackson Rust on the mound for them as he had some pretty good stuff in the middle innings, but your offense able to, be there at the start and be there at the end and be there when it counted.
Yeah, we needed that big start. Taryn hit that 3-run shot there at the first inning that absolutely set the tone. We needed those runs there at the end, and we big 2-out hit by White McClintock, and couldn't ask for a better situation for him and opportunity for him to come through. 3 hits tonight, I believe, for him tonight as well.
You're praising your team after the win, obviously, going from 0-3 to 3-3. You guys got to keep moving forward.
Absolutely. That was a big week. 0-3 is not what anybody wants to start out as, and it's a big rebound week for us. Finish the week at 500, and a couple of days here we get to practice and work on a few things and come back next week and hopefully hit it again.
All right, congrats on the win.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Coach Hartman, along with Jason Myers. And, of course, thank you, Spencer, as well. We welcome you into the post-game show brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's fast, fresh, friendly. So we'll go ahead and get into our game summary as we begin things here in the post-game show. It was an exciting first inning. Musselman puts up 4. You talked about the Taryn Boyles home run. McClintock comes in with an RBI double as well to put Musselman up 4-0. But the Eagles would respond with 2 runs in their half of the first to get it to 4-2. And then the pitchers took over. It became a pitcher's duel until the 6th inning. Well, really, we had that interesting situation there in the 5th where Hedgesville had an opportunity to score on a ball that was hit behind second base. Moberly gets to it, but he kind of runs into Hartman, and if they tagged up Tripp, they could have got another run on the board, might have changed the outcome. Potentially, no, probably not, but it could have at least changed the flow of the game, would have thrown more pitches out there on the mound potentially and all that stuff.
Yeah, anything can happen when you keep the game close. You never want to leave, RBI opportunities out there, especially when they're given to you. And, when you get in, you change the game from a 3-run, 2-run, or 1-run game. That definitely changes your approach at the plate and changes, it just makes you play under stress. And when you're under duress or under stress, you're more apt to make mistakes. And Musselman, Hedgesville can never really get back out in anywhere closer than 2 runs. And then of course Hedgesville, that is. And then Musselman took advantage there in the end of a ball that got through the 5-6 hole and then hit by Aiden Seiss to open it up a little bit. But it was a very close game all the way through. A very good game in the middle of the game, of course, and fun to watch the first inning as well.
6th inning, the 2 teams trade runs. And then in the 7th, as Tripp just kind of mentioned, Musselman able to get those 3 extra insurance runs to get the win, 8-3 over the Hedgesville Eagles, improved to 3-3 on the season. Hedgesville falls to 2-2. And our game summary is brought to you by the Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. When it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they're trusted, reliable, and experienced. Call them at 304-263-0809 or go to FMIWV.com. We'll now get into our game stats brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers. Raylan Connor goes 2 for 3 at the plate. Chris French 0 for 3. Mike Nichols 1 for 3. Matthew goes 1 for 4. Ruess 1 for 3. Nerium 1 for 4. Elliott 0 for 2. Wolf 0 for 2. Pence 1 for 1 with a run scored. And that totals up for Hedgesville's 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors on the evening as well. Jackson Ruess goes 6 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs were scored, 6 earned, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, but those middle innings were a lot better. Gage Gano comes in, goes just 1 inning, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. For Musselman, Kyle Lohr goes 2 for 3 at the plate. Hartman goes 1 for 4. Boyles goes 1 for 3. Myers 2 for 4. Bohr 1 for 4. Get an offer from Dylan Stevens with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Not his best day at the plate, but McClintock picked him up with 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. 0 for 3 for Chansey. And then Moberly goes 0 for 1. Levy goes 0 for 1. And Musselman totals up for 8 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors for the Applemen. And then at the plate, or on the mound, I should say, Myers goes 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. Trevor Bohr goes an inning, 1 hit, no strikeouts, no walks for him. Those game stats brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest spray and door retailer around Leva South Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. And Tripp, last but not least, your player of the game here tonight.
Oh, Jason Myers, he had a couple hits there, to go with that pitching performance. But, it shows a lot of guts to go out there. The first inning didn't go well for him or Jackson Ruiz. Both those young men come back out and had great performances there in the middle and, just showed guts. I think Jason threw the ball down tonight. And, without those 2 hits, we maybe, lean towards McClintock with the 3 RBIs, maybe with Taryn with the home run. But, overall, Jason was the leader there. And when you talk about McClintock and you talk about Taryn Bull, sophomores. Yeah. Sophomores that are contributing. If you can get those sophomores contributing, we know with those seniors and juniors with Kyle Lord and Stevens and all those, even with an off night, those guys picking them up, like you said, they're going to be a tough team to beat up and down the lineup. They're getting contributions and good starting pitching, like Coach Hartman said. Next 7 games, looking at Martinsburg, Jefferson, University, Morgantown, Spring Mills. They got an East Hardy game in there, but where they're going to be 7 games from now is really going to be, that's going to put them into the 13th, kind of mid-season, and we'll see where they're at because they got some tough competition coming up. And you got to play Martinsburg, Jefferson back-to-back next week, and that's going to be fun to watch them as well get through that. But they do have the starting pitching to do it, and the hitting is coming along, and we know what Martinsburg and Jefferson can do, and what Morgantown and University and Wheeling Park and those guys down there can do. And so, Musselman's got their hands full, but they're going to be battle ready, I believe, come sectional time if they can stay healthy.
Yep, player of the game brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Like you said, it was Jason Myers because, he did it both at the plate and on the mound, and kind of like the AL MVP. It's hard to argue Shohei Ohtani almost every year if he continues to pitch and hit well, right? But he didn't win it last year, so we'll see if he does it this year. But that does it here for us from Hedgesville, the baseball complex. Once again, your final score, Musselman 8, Hedgesville 3. For Braden Schaffner, our cameraman, Spencer Dupuis, Tripp Tobin, and back in the studio, Colin McLaughlin, who you'll hear from on the other side of this break. I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long, and have a good night, everyone.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
As I need to hit the mute button for the TV side. Final score, Musselman 8, Hedgesville 3. So after the Applemen start off the year 0-3, they've been able to bounce back and get 3 straight wins with the win tonight. Some other scores around the Eastern Panhandle this evening in baseball. Jefferson gets a mercy rule victory over Hampshire, 16-0. Mercersburg Academy also run rules the Spring Mills Cardinals. Final score from that one, 12-2. And also a mercy rule game, Clear Spring beats Washington 10-0. In softball, 2 games tonight. Tuscarora defeated Jefferson 6-0. And Hedgesville with a big win over Musselman. Final score 22-8. Tomorrow we'll have some softball action right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 as the defending state champion Jefferson Cougars play host to the Washington Patriots. Also tomorrow in softball, you have Martinsburg at Spring Mills. And in baseball, moved from Friday, the Martinsburg Bulldogs baseball team will travel to Spring Mills to take on the Cardinals. On to the NBA now. Some games currently in action as we speak in the fourth quarter with 4.5 minutes to go. It's the Heat beating the Knicks 111-102. Pacers lead the Raptors 102-99 in the fourth quarter with 4:40 to go. Also at the start of the fourth, it's Golden State leading the Mavs 98-95. Into the third quarter, to the Bulls trailing the 76ers as Philadelphia up by 30 at 84-54. Minute 45 to go in the third quarter, to the Grizzlies leading the Rockets 98-90. In the third quarter with 4.5 minutes left, the Bucks are up big on the Spurs 86-65. Close one between the Hawks and the Timberwolves in the third quarter at 82-80. And at the end of the first, it's the Jazz leading the Trailblazers 34-29. 10 p.m. tonight on ESPN, you can tune in to the Suns against the Lakers. In one game already final, that was our Washington Wizards. They fall to the Denver Nuggets by a final score of 118-104. As the Wizards now 32-41. 2 games in the NHL before we wrap things up. Second period action on TNT with 1:44 to go. The Penguins lead the Avalanche 3-1, and then at 10:30 tonight is the Coyotes and the Oilers. That wraps up our post-game show, again brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, where you get the work done right the first time. Call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Final score again, Musselman 8, Hedgesville 3. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 until tomorrow with the Sports Mix at noon. Have a great rest of your night.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, The Skinner Law Firm, Laddie's, Trips Flooring, Jambo Construction and Fencing, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Honda of Winchester, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, Rock's Local Markets, CMA Toyota Chevrolet of Martinsburg, Orsini's Home Store, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, and by Hagerstown Ford.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talk radio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.